Hiya. Hey, a funny thing happened to me on the way to the computer.
Oh, no, not the bear.
I thought computers were supposed to make life better, not worse.
Hey, come on, guys. I'm trying over here.
You're trying over here, too.
Well, it seems that we're experiencing a few minor technical difficulties. Let's see now. Where was I?
Fozzie, Dr. Honeydew is ready now.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, Kermit. How'd I do? But this is my day job.
Greetings, patrons of technology. This is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew of Muppet Labs. I'm afraid your copy of the Muppet CD-ROM has been broken into teensy little pieces, and how shall I say it? Well, it's corrupted your entire system. But not to worry. Behold, the Muppet Labs Molecular Digitizer. My faithful assistant Beaker has willingly volunteered to help me demonstrate this spiffy device.
Come on.
Now sit tight, Beaky. This shouldn't hurt. Too much. Here we go.
That's right, we're messing with new equipment on TalkRadar. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Sesame Street game.
Did he drop a plan?
It is. No, he got the number 2. That's from Sesame Street Countdown. This is TalkRadar. I'm Chris Antista.
I'm Michael Raparez.
I'm Tyler Wilde.
I am Brett Elston.
And our very, very special guest today is...
I am Joshua Hines.
Oh my goodness!
Creative Assassin on the forums.
Creative Assassin on the forums. That's how much we love our listeners. You can eventually star on the show with us. It helps to be Brett's lifelong friend.
That's true.
It really does. How you doing, Creative Assassin?
I am doing very, very well.
I'm glad I'm not drunk yet.
Not yet.
I didn't meet you in the greatest of circumstances.
No, you were giving a man a massage whenever I met you.
There was a massage table. He dared me.
Like, we get off the plane. Hey, let's go to this party. Lizzie's having a house party.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Chris is there. We round the corner, and Chris is in this room. Round the corner, you're on top of a man, giving him a massage.
What I like to do in situations like I like to call gay bluffs. You won't do it. You won't massage me. I'm like, fuck you. I'll massage you. And I got right on up there.
You will massage any man.
That was a great party. Lizzie's party was fucking fun.
It was really fun.
Outside of the,
we got there at like 1:30, and it was still a lot of fun.
All that was left was grape juice and whiskey and strawberry soda and brandy.
I had some terrible white wine.
Somebody brought up to me that was the first time I caught some racism. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Before you guys showed up, like some guy, I was upstairs, some guy's like, hey man, this guy wants to ask you a question. Like, oh yeah, like in hindsight, like that's how people used to fight in elementary school, like sucker you outside. Like, hey man, come here. How do you get this out of the bottle? I'm like, oh man, I don't know. He's like, yeah. Just figured you were white and you'd know how to do it. And
Got an open bottle.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like I should felt bad. I had one white chance. One white chance, and I failed.
It's a great white nope.
I hope there's new people listening. We do talk about video games. It's a video game extravaganza on the TalkRadars today, especially because I went absolutely apeshit for some reason. We're trying out new equipment. Do we sound weird?
We have new mics that you can tell how far.
Oh my God.
Very scary. No, not ratty headphones falling apart.
No.
Although, to be fair, the death blow was dealt by Tim Schafer, was it not?
No, it was harmonics. Harmonics. Engineers of sound. How do we sound, Joshua?
I think we sound fantastic.
Creative Assassin.
Of course, I don't know for sure. So
I'm going to call you KA74.
That will not
doesn't
be
make
good.
any sense.
Why 74?
Is 47?
That puts me in the 70s, and that scares me.
From back here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can burp off mic. Stop it. Let's be mature. Let's be mature. We have tons of shit. We have Sonic the Hedgehog. I think everybody's played like the major games coming out this week. That's fun.
Correct.
We got Medal of Honor talk, Sonic talk.
I can talk about Kirby Epic Yarn.
Michael has seen Undead Nightmare, the new Red Dead Redemption DLC.
I've played it.
Oh my God.
Oh man, so many zombies.
We have so much terrible, wonderful audio. Like, okay, but we have a top 7. And I should just apologize to Michael because I ran a little too far with it. I've just sucked the air out of the room. Jesus Christ. All right, come on, let's bring it back. Hold on. Suck the air. I just yelled. There we go. Everybody.
You have no idea.
Everybody got it stuck in their head. The Muppet Party Cruise. And you only get to see this by beating the game. I saved a lot of you guys a lot of time.
You have to beat it to see this?
I think so. It's a credit song.
No, this has only been a week since we played this. I feel like I've heard this song my entire life. Like I can't imagine my life without this song at this point.
Good.
I've listened to it like probably 30 times since last week. It's unbelievable. I think Carolyn is getting annoyed because like in dead silence, all of a sudden.
Yeah. As it turns out, my girlfriend doesn't find it funny either, at all. I don't know why. I think
she
it's
was
hysterical.
slightly amused. Carolyn was slightly amused, but the 13th time, I'm like,
it's all part of the Muppet Renaissance. It's all part of the Muppet Renaissance.
Did you know that a Christmas episode of The Simpsons this year is going to be all Muppets?
All puppets.
That's interesting.
Not Muppets.
That's weird.
Disney would kill the living shit out of them.
Okay. Top 7 this week.
Top 7 this week was
sequels that changed everything.
Sequels that changed everything. I liked it bunches. I apologize in advance for what I've done with the audio.
Oh dear. This was fun to write. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was Brett's idea that he came up with after my own one was flailing. And
what was that? Or no, we're going to save it.
No, we're going to save it. We're going to
do it. We're going to salvage that.
We're going to do it. It's going to be hard, but we'll save it for a better time.
Yeah, I guess so.
So the idea here is not sequels that like literally changed everything or changed the world, whatever. It's just like, you know, sequels tend to get a bad rap for basically being the same thing over again.
Rehashed first game.
And not innovating.
The death of innovation. And so these were games that just kind of threw everything away, and presented something that was either completely original or was so different from what had come before that it was, almost as good as being completely original.
Yes, and I absolutely love these because they're all like drastic departures from what came before. Just threw away the template.
Part of what makes them good.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. This first one is especially weird. Number 7 on the top 7 sequels that changed everything. Number
7. Jak 2.
Jak 2.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. Like I forgot all about that because I played the first one after the second one. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, I played the first one, and it's like, oh, this is okay. I might come back to this at some point, but I kind of ignored it, and the second one came out. And when me and everyone else was infatuated with GTA 3, and it's basically like, hey, here's Grand Theft Auto 3 with hover cars, and also Jak, and the guy who was just like this mute, naive hero in the first game is now a complete asshole.
The complete mutated blue,
like really
purple.
I mean, he's not like as... I mean, was 2 the complete makeover of him? Now he's like really serious.
Yes,
now he grumbles and growls everything, has a goatee.
Yeah, because the first one I was working at unnamed retailer. at the time.
Oh, I see.
So now they're unnamed.
No, they're named. Everyone knows.
KB. Everybody knows KB.
Yeah.
No one have
KB Toys.
KB Toys.
Weeby.
Home Depot.
And the first one came out, and it sold really well at the time. PS2 were like handing out a lot of copies of that, and I was like, I don't. It felt like. My impression of it was like a very straightforward platformer kind of game. Like was it as tunnely as like the first Crash Bandicoot, where it was like
it reminded me a lot of Banjo-Kazooie.
It had like the big seamless hub world.
Yes. Okay,
the big deal with it was that it had no loading whatsoever.
Okay, because then by the time 2 came out, I was writing reviews for my newspaper, college paper at the time, and I was like renting a new game each week and playing as much of it as I could and writing.
Was the Toys R Us times, I believe.
The same time period. There was
That's where you went to college, right?
Yes, Toys R Us U. Toys R U.
Basically, yes. That is.
Toys R University.
This joke is great.
Yeah, I think so.
Basically,
Let's drag it out.
No, day and date. Like college start, Toys R Us. College quit, Toys R Us. Like immediate. But and then 2 came out, and I had to review it, and now it was flying cars and driving across this futuristic city, and it didn't gel with any of my memories of what the first one was at all.
No.
And it was huge. I feel like I was playing it for fucking ever, and didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever finished a Jak game.
3 was more like this.
I finished that one.
Was 3 like another step weird too?
3 was it was a different kind of weird. It's like his personality I thought kind of changed over those 2 games. He like started out being like, oh, I'm a criminal now, and then like goes to being a little more gentle, a little more smart assy.
So what is the solid blue Jak?
The solid blue Jak
like really angry.
Dark Jak.
Dark Jak. That's my favorite cheese too.
And then with 3 introduced Light Jak, but like 3 was more like a Mad Max thing where he gets exiled out into the desert and taken in by this little community, and it's like, well, if you're going to work here, you have to be a scavenger, and so you go out in the desert in these little dune buggies, and you have to gradually earn your way to better dune buggies.
Did 2 and 3 of Jak do this crap first, or did Prince of Persia do it first, where 2 is too dark, and then 3 is a light and dark version of the same hero?
I don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to guess this did it first.
It feels like Jack did it first.
And I do mention, the Prince of Persia 2 also did it. It was like even more extreme, where it's like, I'm a brooding asshole now.
But it wasn't great.
Cut off people's heads.
And the series didn't take that and
the
warrior within and run with that.
The series kind of like realized it had gone too far and sort of scaled it back in the third game, and every game since then.
Yep. And I grabbed Jack's first line from the game, as you requested, because it's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Jack, it's me, Daxter. I've been crawling around in this place, risking my tail, literally, to save you. I've been looking for you for 2 years. Say something, just this once.
I'm gonna kill Praxis.
Oh my god.
Praxis. Praxis.
My first line, and I'm a dick.
Praxis makes perfect.
Yeah, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
And this is where I'm apologizing to you, because I've always wanted to do this, because I've always liked...
It's me, Daxter.
I've always liked Daxter's voice. Daxter. I love him. And I was stunned to find out it was... Jesus, Max something. He was on The Sopranos. He was Benny.
Really?
He was Benny, and here's a little scene of Benny getting the shit beat out of him by Artie, the restaurant owner.
You're upset, all right? But it's not my fault that little trick got greedy.
Oh, so she's a little trick, huh?
You want some more?
It's Benny. It's from Sopranos. I love that character.
That's like where he gets his earring ripped out or something, isn't it? Yeah.
And no, not that. Well, but most people. I'm seeing you shrug. You haven't seen The Sopranos.
I haven't watched this particular.
Joshua,
I have never seen
Sopranos. Tyler Wilde.
No, sir.
How about a little Doogie Howser?
All right.
He played Doogie Howser's buddy Vinny, and I just went to go get a clip, and this is why I'm apologizing, because it became a jumping off point to. Remember, this is an entry on Jack 2. We're about to listen to a couple clips from Doogie Howser.
Fantastic.
It was the first YouTube link from an episode called Vinny's Dilemma. Let's see what his dilemma is.
I don't want to create any friction between you and Mark.
Daxter, Mark? By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not dating.
Oh, you're not?
No. Mark's gay.
Not my sound effect.
In the 90s?
In the 90s. Even their sensitive homosexuals are people too. They still have like this dramaticism.
I didn't think they invented gay yet.
I went back and watched Philadelphia, and like just the opening speeches, like Denzel, I don't like gay people, never have. Don't have anything against them, just don't want them around. And then he learns a valuable lesson at the end of the movie, and everybody wins an Oscar.
I didn't think gay people were actually allowed on TV in the early 90s. I thought they were like, oh, let's start with straight people who have AIDS. Like ease in from there.
Yeah, it's always they worked up from like kids with AIDS into gay.
Yeah.
And
gradually.
I love it. This is just the same scene, talking to the girl, going to commercial.
What do you mean, like he's got a happy disposition?
You are funny.
Leaves the room, puts his hands over his mouth.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
How? Oh, God, I had sex with that guy. I thought he was straight.
And again, I'm sorry, this entry is about Jack 2. Onto Daxter, onto Daxter's voice, who was Vinny on Doogie Howser.
Well, it was really different.
The greatest irony about this is who's Vinny going to talk to about his dilemma?
Doogie Howser?
Played by
Neil Patrick Harris.
Who's also recently come out.
Yes.
That's true.
That's what's so bizarre about this scene.
I didn't know he was gay. Did you know he was gay?
Well, no, but I'm sure he's not the only guy in your film school who's gay.
He's the only person in my room who's gay.
Well, does he have, a significant other?
Yeah, me. He's in love with me, Doug.
Doug. Come on, Doug. And this is just my just watching it.
Howser, this isn't funny. He asked me to shack up with him.
Well, Vinny, if you're really worried about it, why don't you talk to him? Bring it out in the open.
No way. I mean, what do I say?
Well, say you think he's a really nice guy, but that you're saving yourself for someone with memories. Unless...
Unless what?
Well, Mark's a very perceptive guy. Maybe he sensed some instinct in you that you've yet to recognize in yourself. Kidding. Ow.
Tries to beat up Neil Patrick Harris for calling him gay.
Of course.
It's just a wonderful scene
It's a
that you
fightable
can't truly appreciate for how hilarious it is. You know what? Number 6. Number 6 on the top 7. Top 7.
Anyway, video games.
I had to stop after this one. No, this is number 6 in the top 7 sequels that changed everything. We play a lot of audio here. This is a very audio heavy podcast.
This is true.
Yes. This episode in particular.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Not a lot of audio you can really pull from. Number 6. That's that distinctive.
Again, I apologize for where I went with this.
Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest.
Castlevania 2,
which has some of the best music.
That's true.
Let's use that as a jumping off point later. I want you guys to talk about Castlevania 2.
Well,
you want to hear the music? I did get a little bit of that.
Yeah, well, we know Bloody Tears. We know
Bloody Tears.
Yeah. Well, let's the town music. Yes.
Yeah, you're hearing it now.
Yeah, it's fine.
So anyway, it's as to why it's on the list. It's basically very similar to Castlevania 1 in terms of the basic gameplay. You jump, you whip things, but the structure has been completely overhauled, and that it's this big 2D open world, and you're moving freely through it rather than like the first game. It was just this very linear progression from level to level.
Yeah, I didn't understand it when I first played it.
That was kind of the hardest part. Was like 1 and almost every game at the point, other than like Zelda 1.
And today it's every game.
Was like you moved right and you killed everything in your way, and then 2 just with no help whatsoever just plopped you into town. And like I remember playing it as a kid and thinking, all right, I'm just going to walk to the right and start fighting everything, and then you just get your ass kicked.
What a great night for a curse.
What a great night for a curse.
And honestly, Castlevania 2 is my favorite one on the NES, more than 3.
Wow. It really grew on me after a while. I really appreciate
it.
It's how rewarding
it doesn't do anything wrong. It's basically just an 8-bit Symphony of the Night.
Just
open
the
world.
fact that you get to keep your power-ups.
Yeah.
It was a pretty revolutionary thing.
I didn't get it until you wrote it down that the similarities to what Symphony of the Night did and what this game did.
Like at the time, that's how I would relate Symphony of the Night to everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like Castlevania 2, and now everyone relates.
Which nobody hated, but they didn't follow that at all.
They abandoned that for 3, 4, Dracula X. And
Dracula X, Rondo of Blood, which was Dracula X. What else?
I believe I have a clip of a vampire.
Bloodlines.
There we go.
That is the most frightening vampire of them all, by the way.
I know. He's blue.
With his blood-soaked foam mouth.
Brown.
It doesn't. At least it doesn't hurt.
And just
we'll see.
We'll see. With his foam teeth, they can dig deep, man.
All right.
But also, like, it had things like a day and night cycle, and it became more fearsome at night. And
werewolves. I believe I have one. Again.
Oh yeah.
Really trying to emphasize
like
sound
the
effects.
puzzles were so obtuse, like not obtuse, like obscure.
Yeah, well, it wasn't clear what they were asking you to do.
There's shit that like you can only really know about if you read about it. Like,
you have to read Nintendo Power to find out.
Go to this exact point, this ledge, and like kneel for 5 seconds while holding this crystal
and whip a block, not the other 150 blocks. That block.
Right.
You throw the holy water at the blocks.
That's right.
Whip the blocks.
You can't whip the blocks?
No, not in that one.
Like, how would you ever figure this shit out?
Isn't the whole thing that like the holy water shows you which blocks aren't really there and you can walk through them?
Yeah, you can throw them on the ground and you can see
they'll
where
pass
the pit
through it.
It
is one of the creepiest accounts of Dracula at the end, because the point of the game is Simon's been cursed, and you have to go around collecting like Dracula's eyeball, nail, heart,
his rib,
ring,
which was the coolest because he gave you a shield.
Oh yeah.
But, the whole thing was like, it makes cowards of men. It's like, well, it gives me a fucking shield I can use to deflect fucking fishman fireballs. So.
Boom!
Yeah,
in your face.
But then when you finally,
that's being a coward. So be it.
When you finally assemble Dracula, it's actually one of the scariest moments
in 8-bit history
the NES ever had. Was like walking up this long hallway and then finally because the whole game is the dread of I have to reassemble Dracula so I can kill him again, which does make sense in the story, I promise. But then
you guys know the Castlevania story way better than me.
Like Josh and I both what was the thing we were playing it and like the power was going out?
Power would go out right when you get to that part.
Power would go out.
Oh man!
Like walking during one of those big Midwestern storms.
At least twice.
And like walking all the way through, and then you walk up, Dracula appears on the screen, big thing of lightning, lights go out. That's scary, and it happens again.
Man, that's some psychomantis shit.
It is. It was like God was like, "Did you put the controller in port 2?"
But it's probably the easiest Dracula fight in any Castlevania. You use the gold knife on him and kill him before he even appears.
It's also the weirdest. Is he looks more like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah,
he's just
it doesn't look like Dracula at all. Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's sort of anticlimactic once it actually happens.
But as far as differences go, it just completely changed. Like you couldn't just run right and do it.
It looks the same in screenshots, but it isn't. I don't know. It just isn't the same at all.
No,
and it's so admirable in hindsight. I don't know. Just looking at some of these when back on the 8-bit when they did. It seems like oftentimes when they did make a sequel, they didn't want to just change the sprites around and do the same thing. A lot of games just kind of threw the baby out.
Yeah,
into the bathwater, drowned it.
Create another game.
Put the baby in the tree, let the cradle fall.
There was a lot more drastic differences.
And then took that to the bank.
That's how you do it.
But
they laughed all the way there.
I forgot to talk on the mic. I forgot to talk. I know.
You found the mic at the
We have
very
new
end.
equipment. It's wonderful.
Get right out of town.
Oh,
Fuck that game and it's stupid.
See, if you're not going to speak into the mic,
I didn't say
Fuck that game.
Okay, all right.
I like Castlevania too.
Oh,
but I did
pretty fantastic game. But it's also like part of that weird time in Nintendo's like when they were just experimenting with stuff and all the 2s were different. Like Super Mario Brothers 2, Zelda 2.
We'll get to that.
We might get to that.
Yeah, it was a time when there was no legacy to draw on, so 2 was always like, you want to try something completely different? Yes! Oh, that didn't work.
Yes.
Back to
I don't know if I...
But even you find out later, it's like, no, that wasn't really a game in the series. That was something else.
But even Mario, like Mario 1, 2, and 3 are all pretty damn different. And then 3 was the one that they decided to keep that structure. 3 is kind of more like 1 than 2, obviously, but like that overworld, retaining items from level to level.
Still very different.
Bosses, Koopalings, it's an overworld, blah, blah, blah. Number 5.
Hold on. I technically shouldn't be playing this at all because I just discovered this with Castlevania 1. It's about the music, man.
Okay.
We're familiar with these Castlevania songs.
The intro to Castlevania 1. Vampire Killer.
I guess I didn't know that at this time Castlevania at some point was ported to Amiga and other systems.
There are like a couple of lost Castlevanias. There's there's the PC
arcade
version
one,
and there's the arcade Haunted Castle, which is fucking horrible. You should all go out and play it just so you can remind yourself what a good Castlevania is. There was before Castlevania, there was Vampire Killer on the MSX, which is kind of the same thing, but a little bit more like Simon's Quest, where it's a little bit more open and there's like some very light RPG elements.
Seems like MSX should be the abbreviation for Xbox.
Sure,
Microsoft.
See that.
Actually, it was a Microsoft system.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know.
For some reason, only did well in Japan and I think parts of Europe.
But I've got you guys on the same page with the music.
Yes,
you know the music.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear how it sounds coming through an Amiga.
Sounds all right.
Doesn't sound bad at all, does it?
A little bit. That's fine.
It's a little weird.
It actually sounds better
later.
It's technically better quality than NES.
I think it was a couple years later. Now let's switch over to DOS and see how DOS did.
Beautiful. If it's using a PC speaker,
was it MIDI?
I don't know. You tell me what this is.
That's a PC.
Holy God! Man. Good Lord, that is Chessmaster quality.
That's a PC.
That's somebody doing their best with very limited resources.
That is a child getting a keyboard for Christmas and messing around with it.
It sounds like trying to play the theme song with a pellet gun, like you're just shooting the keys.
I'm so sad. I just posted a game music today of some of the best DOS music you'll ever hear, and it's great. It's not. That's not what all DOS games sounded like.
I mean, PC Speaker has like what one track.
It's
like I can only play like one note at a time.
Yeah, I did notice in this. You'll recognize this next theme for a second, and then notice that the soundtrack doesn't know how to blend in the sound effects with the song. This is gameplay, by the way.
You'd have figured.
How could anyone like any game if this was your experience?
This is why I honestly think
it sounds like the graphics are stuttering, doesn't it? It's like you just sort of imagine like Simon sort of blinking across the screen like on a Tiger LCD.
I never understood why that was. It's the music's playing, but the music is interrupted whenever he shoots it. Like throws his whip out.
It can only do one thing at a time.
Yeah, it can only do like one sound at a time.
that's the whip noise, right?
Well, this guy sounds really good.
Oh, wow. Jesus. All right, now we can do number 5, which I have significantly less or no audio for.
You'd think you'd have more, considering it's Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Lots of audio in this game, actually.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Lots of it in Spanish.
I love this game. I don't know. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about the audio in this game. I never really noticed it. Should probably go back and play it.
I guess that's a good sign if you never noticed the audio.
Never noticed, and I have noticed Resident Evil audio being bad before.
Oh,
please,
always.
But this game, it did not. As a testament to how fun it's been for me for 5 years now.
Yeah, it came out in the beginning of 05.
05? I've still never noticed, and people point like, I don't care. It's just Resident Evil 4. It's fucking awesome.
It's almost 6 years old,
but it's definitely.
We've only had one game since then.
Well, that's good.
I guess so.
But how did 4 change it?
It changed everything.
It changed.
Before that, Resident Evil always followed like that weird alone in the dark kind of like you're driving a tank through fixed camera angle rooms and
a tank shaped like a human polygon mess.
And it didn't just change Resident Evil; it changed pretty much every game after that with the over-the-shoulder camera.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Everything rips out.
It changed everything.
Yeah, I remember for a while it was kind of rare to see that. Like, oh my god, the Miami Vice on the PSP, they're basically doing Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
and like since then it's become like every shooter
that's
third person
Gears,
does that.
Dark Sector did it.
Like you don't see the old it's just a first-person reticle on screen. Your guy is just in the way all the time.
But definitely when RE4 came out, I was totally done with Resident Evil. I didn't play 3 at all. Didn't play Code Veronica. Played 1, liked it for a while, and then got so fed up with ink ribbons and item management and being killed constantly. And I'm saved at the end of the game where it's a point where Tyrant kills me in one hit.
I have 5 bullets.
Yeah, I'm ruined. I'm fucking ruined
There's
forever.
nothing I can do.
And so 2, I played for like 10 minutes and was like, this feels like the same shit. And I just hated Resident Evil basically after that. And then when 4 came out, I think, Josh, you were playing it before me.
Yeah.
And you kept saying, like, no, it's totally different, I promise. Yeah. And I was like, there's no way it's different. And then I either borrowed it from you.
I let you borrow it. And you played through it, and you beat it before I did.
It was
because
amazing.
I got stuck.
It was fucking amazing. Oh, yeah, you had that weird thing.
Yeah, there's a part where you have to defend her from... She's up turning cranks or something.
Yeah.
And... enemies are coming in from the side, and it's best to have a sniper rifle to pick them off, and all I had was a maxed-out shotgun. And I couldn't not hit her, and ended up getting stuck in the game and then saying, fuck this, I quit, and didn't play it again until it came out on the Wii.
The exact same thing that happened to me. I said, fuck you, Resident Evil, and I quit. Not all the other stuff.
Yeah, the Wii version is actually really good.
Yes.
It looks good.
Of 4?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good.
And the aiming actually works great. It's like one of the few cases where the Wii-ifying of something worked well. I don't know. I think
they actually started the port very early. I remember it being announced, and it was delayed, and then it came out...
Yeah, I think it came out the summer of 07.
When was the last time a fucking Wii game was delayed? I don't give a shit.
Nobody. You can delay something tomorrow.
Put Party in the box. I'm done.
Cold Stone Creamery was delayed.
An unfinished game. Let's just call it Party. Oh, please. It's pre-alpha party.
It's party.
The bugs are part of it. If it crashes, that means you won.
Can we just evolve to that Atari state where the game is just called baseball and party?
Well, the fact that Game Party is a game makes me think it sounds
and the
like
fact
a
there's a
parody.
Game Party 2
and 3.
That has to be the most.
You guys do
there are 3 of them.
What are we going to call it? It's a game party.
That means there was a meeting that was...
We can't call it party game. That has a negative cut. Just flip them.
Don't forget about Family Party.
Oh, yeah.
There are 3 of those as well.
I just imagine like a CEO with bald with a big cigar and suspenders going like, let's just call it Game Party.
Game Party. That's what it is, right?
It's good enough for my granddad. It's good enough for you.
Why do for some reason I picture Jimmy James from News Radio?
Why not?
Well, I can't do it. What a great show.
You do Bill Daltrey. He does the Bill Daltrey voice. King of the Hill.
Never heard of it. Oh, right, that guy. That's the most depressing man in the world.
He's so wonderful. Let's move into number 4 because I have way too much audio. We're gonna have a long first segment.
Number 4 was weird, even for the 80s.
Fucking weird.
Because it's Donkey Kong 3, and for those of you who haven't played it, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. are very different games, but yet they kind of follow similar themes. They're both kind of platformy. They're a continuation of 2 halves of the story.
Well, one is your Mario climbing something to get to Donkey Kong, and 2 is Donkey Kong Jr. climbing something to get to Donkey Kong.
Right.
You're welcome.
And then 3 is basically Galaga. It's like this weird sort of shooter where you jump between these 3 or 4 platforms and try to stop bugs.
It's a gorilla asshole simulator.
Yeah. That's the second part. I'm getting to that.
Sorry.
You're trying to stop bugs, from stealing your vegetables or flowers or whatever the hell those things are at the bottom.
Onions or something.
And in order to do this, like, the bugs are kind of incidental. They'll swarm around and you have to shoot them, but your real goal is to shoot bug spray up Donkey Kong's ass and get him to climb up these 2 chains until he ultimately gets so high that, like, he bumps into a beehive and it sticks on his head. And then he
Donkey
falls
Kong.
and you start over.
Do that 400 times.
Yes, over and over again.
Yeah, so it goes from like Mario and Donkey Kong embroiled in this battle to Stan the Bugman?
Stanley the Bugman.
Yeah, God, I forgot about that song.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Stanley injecting
this was like
powder.
It was the kind of game like
I'm using Donkey Kong Country 3 because there's about approximately a minute and 40 seconds of music in this game.
Yeah, about that.
This was one of those weird situations, like, even coming into the NES era, like 1987, 88, and there already being a Donkey Kong 3. It was really weird as a kid. I was on like 7 or 8, and then seeing Donkey Kong 3. Like, already having a 3 was really bizarre.
I think there was a big delay in America too.
Well, I would assume because Donkey Kong was like 80 or 82.
Yeah,
or
I think it was like 86 or something when 3 finally came.
When 3, yeah, I imagine it's because it still had the old first run NES box art of graphics and stuff.
The weird thing about this is when this was out in arcades, like at the Chuck E. Cheese where I'd go when I was little, I loved it. This was actually my favorite Donkey Kong. And it's
the most playable today, I think.
It might have been because it creeped me the fuck out, even back then. Because I don't know if you have the sound effect for this. Don't play it just yet if you do. But so if you ever get hit by anything, like you die instantly. But the creepy part is that all the bugs on screen will come down and swarm Stanley the Bugman, then just suddenly disappear, leaving nothing behind but the spray can, which when I was like 6 or 7 years old, I was convinced, or I guess I was 10 when I played this, I was convinced it was like either like a silk mummy that like a spider would leave behind, or like a bloody faced skeleton or something. I didn't know it was just a spray can. I didn't figure that out until years later. This game kind of scarred me for life.
He's gone.
So really, it scarred you for life?
Well, kind of.
How do you feel about this?
It's fucking creepy. Oh God!
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's the noise it would make. So it was like ultra ominous. Like, oh, look what you did.
But even if all it leaves is a bug canister, that suggests if they fucking ate him.
Devoured him. Bones and all.
They devoured his bones.
Even his shoes are gone.
Everything but his spray can. Oh my goodness. Again, I took way too much of a jumping off point to do something I've always wanted to do. Cartoons.
I've heard of these.
You like those,
Donkey
right?
Kong, 1984 Starcade.
Okay.
Who wants to hear what Mario sounded like in the first cartoon? I don't think he was Mario in the cartoon.
Chase that walking fur coat back down here.
Be careful, Mario. Don't let anything happen to Donkey Kong.
Right. Don't let anything happen to Donkey Kong.
I'm Mario.
What the fish? How much shit is happening behind them? There's so many sound effects.
Wait to hear this one, because I'm not hitting any of my Hanna-Barbera sound effects. There's no blamage happening. What was more shocking
to me... This is pure unadulterated Hanna-Barbera right here.
This is, I have nothing... The low fidelity, I would never do this to you. I have quality, dual-track, stereo, Hanna-Barbera sound effects.
It's true, it's true.
Cut directly from the source.
Right.
This is... More shocking for Mario to have a voice is Donkey Kong has a voice and speaks.
Oh, God.
Drop those barrels and come out with your head. Paws up. You asked for it, Donkey Kong.
Is he Cajun?
That one was me. That one was me. But
you asked for it.
Wow, he almost sounded like Bonsoir. Donkey
And what
Kong.
led me here is Stanley the Bugman. What else has he appeared in? Because Nintendo, even its worst characters, rehashes and references.
He was in a Game & Watch game before that, where you have to like defend a greenhouse, I think. And then he also showed up as like a trophy in Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Yeah, I would assume he's a trophy.
Would you ever believe that he appeared in this cartoon?
Wow, really?
Starcade.
I guess so.
Stanley the Bugman. He looks. Remember, I wanted to set this up. He looks like.
You really have gone all out.
Buster Brown. He looks like a child. Here's Mario meeting Stanley the Bugman for perhaps the first time in video game history.
My poor plant. A big ape got him.
Oh my God.
He's like 3 feet tall. Mario was a tall, slender fellow, as is canon dictates. And
I got it. You help us find Donkey Kong, and we'll help you find Herman. Oh, you got a deal.
Yes, that sounds like an excellent arrangement.
Yeah. Mr. Magoo, glorious Christmas. Everybody. Number 3. Number 3, what the fuck?
Zelda 2.
Yeah. Zelda 2. I left this one alone.
Zelda who?
Another great example of, the first game we all should all know. Big overworld, no direction, just go, grab a sword. You don't even have to grab the sword if you don't want to. It's all up to you.
Fuck around, walk around and die.
Die immediately.
Die by Octorok.
But then,
die by Tektite.
How would you like it? Die by Zora.
Yeah.
And then 2 changes it to, first of all, 2D side-scrolling. Yeah. Adds a life bar, a magic meter. You have spells that you gain. An overworld that you walk between multiple towns, and you get items that change aspects of the map, like a raft to cross an ocean or a hammer to break a boulder.
A flute to kill a river demon.
A flute to kill a river demon.
Sure.
But like you also have a shield, so there's high and low blocking, and you gain experience and gain levels.
High and low attacks too, because enemies have shields.
And you have the down strike. It's completely 100% different game. Like there's still temples and bosses at the end of them, but like you don't. I don't know. Are there weapons hidden in the temples too? So like
there's items, but I don't think there's any weapons.
No, it's just items.
Yeah.
That basically might only help you there or right after to get to the next palace.
Yeah.
Most of them are useless. Some of them are actually very important.
The candle was pretty important.
But yes, the candle was very important.
The candle
oh god, yeah.
You had to go through that dark fucking cave just to get to the palace that has the candle in order to illuminate the cave. So
otherwise, if you don't find it, it's completely black.
Yeah. Like, you can fall into a pit easily. You can tell an enemy is there just because like there's something moving.
Yeah, and it has an excellent soundtrack. Like every song in that game is amazing, and a great final battle against your shadow.
Yep.
I don't know. It's just
spoilers.
Totally forgot about jumping on the blocks, knocking out the blocks below you though. I had completely forgotten about that.
It kind of also had a more complicated plot than the first game, and then like before it was just like find the Triforce, save the princess, kill Ganon. This it's like, oh, Princess Zelda's been asleep, but she's apparently been asleep for decades or centuries or something. So maybe it's like a different Princess Zelda. But and Link's 16 now. But if he dies, then what was it? They'll sprinkle his blood on Ganon's ashes and bring him back to life.
Yeah, well, I thought it was the same Zelda that's in Zelda 1.
I think it's a different Zelda, but the same Link. Is that right?
Yeah. 2 is supposed to be
the same Link.
Chronologically the most recent game, as far as I knew. Still,
but she's been asleep for centuries in there, and he has to use a emblem or something that appeared on the back of his hand to open up the door. Impa showed it to him and went in there, and there she was.
Yeah, like immediately with 2, they start fucking with the canon. So, I still find this almost. Yeah, I do find this the most playable Zelda. Like if I play through this every couple of years. It's on the Virtual Console as well. I really like it.
I don't know. Several of our commenters took issue with that. Said it was balls.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. Anybody that disagrees can shut up.
I love the shit out of it. When I was a kid.
Everyone
that shit. You can find Creative Assassin in our forums.
That's right. I'm there all the time.
No, I love it. I was wanting to do a live stream of this game at some point.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like the most. It's difficult. It's harder than the first one, I would say. Like the first one, I feel like you could get through that a little easier, other than Death Mountain, which is a huge pain in the ass. But
I always boosted my shit.
For me, also, I think everybody has one of these, but this was the first game that I loaned it to a friend before finishing it. And of course, weeks later, I get it back. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, my little brother got a hold of it and he deleted your save. I hope it wasn't anything important.
My little brother, who can barely fucking walk, did know how to delete saves.
Yeah. Just break down fucking crying. I was almost to the end. I spent 6 months on that fucking game.
Yeah,
that shit is boogity, man.
One time I took this to a friend's house, and I was riding my bike there with it, and I dropped the game and ran over it on my bike and chipped the gold paint on it. And that's the worst thing I've ever had happen to my Zelda 2 game.
So how many Zelda 2 copies do you have?
2.
2.
Gold one and a gray one.
I'll talk to you about that later, but you almost have every NES game. Almost.
Yes.
How many away?
70.
70.
Damn.
70
out of
away.
777?
Okay, it's more if you count unlicensed games,
right.
which I stopped counting those. I'll buy them if I see them, but
Dizzy.
I have Dizzy.
I hate it.
Well, we'll
really
get
play
to that eventually.
All right.
What's the one that's like super valuable in Japan, like Adventure Island 3? I think
I have that shit. It can't be
supposed
valuable.
to be really rare.
I know it's super rare here because I still don't have it. If I still don't have it now, it's really.
You don't have
rare.
Adventure Island 3?
No.
I'll give it to you.
You don't have Adventure
I
Island.
do.
Do you?
I have all the Adventure. I love the Adventure
hell.
Islands. In fact, I remember you detailed a list on every one of my ending songs. The ones you didn't get were Adventure Island.
That would explain why.
Yeah, because that was the one you didn't give me, but that's like the one series I fucking love. Number two.
Duke Nukem 3D.
Oh. It's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
I really didn't realize,
baby. And I'm all out of gum.
This is not only a case of a sequel that changed everything, it's a case of a game that changed everything so drastically that it overshadowed the first two. And I think a lot of people don't even realize that it was the third game in a series.
I really did. I played it, and I didn't remember what Duke came from until this article.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
I forgot it's a 2D game, and he's just a big beefy dude with a pink vest on.
Yeah, I love the misspelled Duke Nukem. They misspelled the name of their character in their own title screen.
I have to think the pink vest is because it was EGA, which was like 16 colors.
Yeah, they had
nothing looked right back then.
And I love that you made me grab audio from Duke Nukem 2.
Yes.
And one, Tyler, I know you like this one. It almost begs for a downfall. The Apogee logo fanfare.
Oh yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an Apogee game.
Oh yeah.
He had 7 keyboards shredding guitars.
Yeah, that's in every single Apogee game. All the DOS games from the 90s. That little Apogee fanfare.
And I played it already. I have a bunch. I got what became obsessed with Duke quotes while editing this.
What a pussy!
Love Duke quotes. This is Duke Nukem. This is Duke Nukem 2's first line. Yeah. Duke Nukem's first line in Duke Nukem 2.
Apparently spoken by John St. John, the usual voice of Duke Nukem.
I am back.
Wait, did you get I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck?
Oh, that's him actually shitting down the neck. I love it because he whistles.
Reading a newspaper.
I ought to break a broom handle off in your ass.
We met him on the sidewalk outside of when we were with the PAX podcast.
Oh yeah.
And we just walk out, and all of a sudden he's there, and I'm like so hammered trying to talk to him. Like I Duke Nukem 3D. It's a pretty good game. And then somebody starts doing push-ups in the street.
Hey, shut up! This is Brett.
I wish.
Talk to me.
I wish I was that coherent.
Why am I still occupying the soundboard with you? You're here. You can say all these things.
I'm here.
Very good point.
I like to think I slightly impressed him by remembering the Duke Nukem versus H. Ross Perot debate from, what was it, like?
Wow.
Whatever election that was.
92?
What are you talking about?
It's 96?
Oh, 96 election.
Right, yeah. It was like this whole Duke Nukem for President campaign, and there was like a debate between him and Ross Perot that I think he did both voices.
Call me now for your free whipping.
Yes.
Wow.
I am an equal opportunity.
I think I did that one already.
But he is still the
I will
voice in
definitely
forever.
get back to that. Yes.
He's super cool. He's really nice guy.
We didn't get him to do a stinger, but it turns out a listener was there and got him saying, "You're Duke Nukem talk. You're listening to TalkRadar."
So we need that, I guess.
It was in my PMs, which I can't check very often, and I just got back to him. So please, I'd love that. That's fantastic. What are we at? Number 2?
Well, then Duke Nukem 3D went from this, I guess a shitty 2D side scroller.
Fairly shit is, kind of okay for its time, I guess, but
and then turned into a Doom clone, but you could look up and down, which you couldn't do in Doom at the time. Had a jetpack, and then all these like pig enemies and all these like pop culture.
This is one of those at the time.
Lots of gore,
schoolyard rumors about pertaining to what the game may or may not contain.
Yeah,
he says shit. No, he doesn't.
No,
swear to God, dude. Swear to God.
No,
Duke Nukem says shit.
Oh man, you can piss in a toilet in that game, and then you
exactly
flush
what
it.
I heard.
There's strippers, and you push button, and he holds money up to strippers.
You can. There's the Duke Nukem 2 arcade machine in the game.
What?
And when you go up to it,
no.
He says, I don't have time to play with myself.
What?
He says that.
What?
He says that. It's in the game.
God, kind of a groundbreaker.
How could they have Duke Nukem arcade in Duke Nukem? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, man.
That's what Duke Nukem really was, though, is something that implanted an idea in a group of people that would destroy them.
Yeah.
This was your responsibility.
This is your responsibility.
It incepted the entire 3D Realms team, and
wow.
Whatever. They rode that gravy train for like 13 years.
Yeah, I can't believe.
Hey, good point. I wonder what they were getting paid to do.
Nothing. They did nothing.
They did Prey.
They did something.
Yeah,
but they did do
but that's
Prey.
not Duke Nukem Forever.
Right. That's right.
Prey
I'm
was
looking
good.
forward
I
to that.
Prey.
I think Duke Nukem Forever will be fun.
Just looking at Duke Nukem 2, I just realized, oh, this isn't an important character at all.
No.
He had one great game, and
not at all.
Basically,
he's been replaced by everything else in the world. Everybody is more hardcore, funnier.
Yeah, one great game, a shit
Duke.
ton of or spin-offs that
Yes.
just serve to cash in on
Basically,
that.
time to kill.
Nobody remembers.
Planet of the Babes.
People who never played Duke Nukem 3D, the kids who are playing games now, are going to play Bulletstorm and shit like that. And then they're going to play Duke Nukem Forever and go, this is such a rip-off of Bulletstorm. The thing which Duke Nukem 3D created.
Probably, I don't know.
Actually, yeah, Bulletstorm
feels like a rip-off of Matt Hazard.
Feels
totally.
Yeah, Matt Hazard is the shit.
Oh, yeah.
That game was awesome.
Yeah?
Best character in the
Loved it.
worst game.
If I could compare, if it's like if somebody made a sequel to Big Trouble in Little China today, like let's have what we had, and the kids aren't going to care.
That movie has the best ending ever.
Yeah,
Yes.
that movie was
Do you
called
love
Escape
me?
from L.A.
No.
Escape. Yes, yes. Oh my God! Please not let that be Duke Nukem Forever number 2. I'm not done with Duke yet, but let's keep moving. That was number 2. We're going to number 1.
Two, yes.
Number one.
Number 1.
Number 1.
A little backwards.
Number 1.
Dynasty Warriors 2.
Yes.
Let's muster some enthusiasm.
Yeah, it. I think most aptly fits the premise that it
Yeah.
is a sequel that changed everything and changed everything that came after that, but it didn't change at all since then.
It was absolutely mind blowing when I first saw it.
Oh yeah,
too. I
That
couldn't
was
believe
like
it.
one of the most impressive PS2 launch
This
games.
is all I ever wanted to do.
Because Dynasty Warriors 1 was PS1.
As PS1, it was just like a one-on-one fighter.
Yeah, like Soul Edge Virtual Fighter,
Yeah.
but with weapons.
It looks like a more 2D Soul Edge.
Yeah.
basically.
And I actually played a lot of that Dynasty Warriors because at the time, a friend and I were really into Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is what this is based on. It's those characters fighting, Cao Cao and Lu Fu. I know you guys care a lot.
Wasn't me, by the way.
No, it was not Josh.
Okay.
It was another friend.
You're forgiven then.
And we played a lot of Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Boring. That was an accident.
No, it's not!
That was an accident.
Did I blow it out when I yelled?
I don't know. Yeah, you did.
See,
Good
I
job.
lost interest in that game when I found out it wasn't actually any sort of a romance, that the romance was metaphorical.
God, just trying to talk to somebody. You ever played Romance? What? But then too is the hack
Coming
and
on to me? Is that
the hack and
Quit
slash.
playing games.
Like Dynasty.
Is that like a gamer pickup line? You ever played Romance?
They never changed it back to a one-on-one fighter.
Nope.
Never.
They never changed it at all.
And then Sengoku Basara.
They added elephants. That was it.
Comes
They
out
added
this-
elephants.
Dynasty
Basara
Warriors
comes out
2.
this week,
And
and
Gundam.
it's another franchise in Japan that's
And
Dynasty
Samurai.
Warriors again,
Mhm.
and it's the same shit.
Holy shit, we went long.
Yep, that's
Wait.
all.
Well, just to let you hear a little bit of it, the intro song is the most rockin' 90s shit. Well, even though it's 2000.
For
Here it is. Oh,
Dynasty Warriors 2?
yeah. Listen. Oh, I'm going to play a game about Asian culture and tradition. Water's flying. Very nice.
Yeah, this is a pretty mellow game.
Very nice. I'm adding gong.
I bet it's about meditation
Uh-oh.
and shit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait.
It's a guitar made out of hawks. Oh, shit. Holy shit! Ow! There's too many notes!
This game's making a mess of my rock garden!
There's calligraphy everywhere.
God, who let Marty McFly in here?
Oh!
I don't think I'm ready for this.
Jesus. All right, thank you, Dragon Force. All right, when we get back, we're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption,
Liar.
Sonic 4, a bunch of Sonic-related memories. New releases, we're going to tell you cheap games to buy and pre-order. We also have Medal of Honor,
A moment.
which Tyler Wilde just reviewed.
Mo.
Mo. God, I meant to grab that. God damn it.
Mo.
But are they going to make a MMO?
Mo.
Mo MMO?
I want a moment
they
with
get
this
Mo
Mo
money.
MMO.
When the Mo Beta came out, I wanted someone to write an article called Mo Beta Blues.
Mo.
And no one did.
Ooh, and in the break, you're going to hear an interview with people behind Need for Speed and a letter from the front lines of Civilization 4. A letter from the front lines of Civilization 5.
The front lines of Civ 4 have been pretty empty.
All right, and
Oh, no.
we'll have all that. And I became momentarily obsessed with the way Duke Nukem says ass.
Ass. Red.
I don't know how it happened. I made a little remix using my musical inspiration, DJ Assault's Ass and Titties. The Little Duke Nukem remix, We Will Be RB.
Ass.
Titties.
Red.
Them titties.
Titties, and
titties.
This is Frank Shamrock, undefeated Ultimate Fighting Champion. You're listening to TalkRadar on GamesRadar.com.
All right, sir, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
My name's Craig Sullivan. I'm creative director at Criterion Games, working on Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
And which I just got done playing for like 2 hours. It was astounding. I hadn't had a chance to play it with other people just yet, and with other competent people, it's gorgeous. Nobody wanted to leave. Everybody just said, "Aw," when you booted us out of the room.
Well, that's good. It was actually 4 hours you played for, so there you go.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, no, I had a blast with it. Like, once we opened up and did the cops on racers thing, like, it, I don't know. Do you have a favorite racer or cop? Do you have a favorite?
Personally, I prefer going as a cop, I think, just because I like beating the crap out of everybody. But it's weird, we're finding it's a complete 50-50 split. You know, you played with 8 guys in the room there. If you ask them, it's generally a 50-50 split, which is usually a good sign for us, because it shows that we're offering a game where you get to play both as a cop and a racer, and there's something there for everybody. So we're quite happy with the way it's turned out.
Yeah, I'm as a compliment, I don't have a favorite because I never had a problem with either one. Yeah. It's just there's no real downside. Either one is completely different and totally acceptable. I asked you earlier, did you mind Need for Speed Hot Pursuit being compared to the Burnout series?
Not at all. You know, obviously it's the Criterion guys making Need for Speed, so there's a certain expectation there coming from the driving games that we've done, making Burnout, that people expect to be able to pick up the game and have fun with it and drift the car really easily at 200 miles an hour. So
which you can.
Yeah. So we want to live up to people's expectations. It's Criterion's take on the Need for Speed franchise. It's not a direct kind of sequel to anything, even though the game is called Hot Pursuit. We still think that it's a third Burnout, a third Need for Speed, and the rest is something a little bit new, and that's mainly down to Autolog and a friendly competition, which you played again today.
Yeah, which I loved. I loved the little pieces of Burnout I saw, like the driving in traffic, the subtle emphasis on taking people down, and the crash cams. No crash breakers, unfortunately, but still, I loved the one little toe dipped in the old Burnout franchise.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we want to meet people's expectations, both Criterion's fans and Need for Speed fans, and kind of try and make a game that's just fun. You know, there's a lot of games out there I think are too hard at the moment, and I think are not fun for a wide audience.
Certain racing games, probably.
Well, no, I think games generally at the moment are trying to cater to quite a hardcore market, and we just want to make something that it's just fun. It's fun to play as a racer. It's fun to play as a cop. It's fun to drive those beautiful cars really fast.
It really does take about one lap before you feel like you've been doing it forever.
Yeah,
so
exactly, and and the need for them coming back, and we hope people will really get into the Autolog feature and get into the friendly comparison and play the game.
But I really liked that you mentioned that you guys with Burnout Paradise were really, really good with timely DLC at low cost, if at all. And you said you took that lesson, what you learned from the Burnout DLC, into the Autolog system, which is pretty great. It's like Facebook for your friends who are playing Need for Speed Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of friends who are playing Farmville on Facebook is a good example there, and much as I love to know about their pink cow that's turned up on their thing, or the fact that they need a cherry blossom, we put all of these features actually into the software, so it's really relevant to people who are playing the game. So you want to know about the times that I've set in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit when you're playing Hot Pursuit. They're not so immediately kind of worthy of your time when you're doing something else. So we put all that stuff into the software and made it so it's very, very easy. One button press and you can play an Autolog recommendation that I've sent you.
And you can scroll through the cars and see what records people have set in each car, how long they have driven them, and I thought that was really nice. What I really particularly liked is the ability to talk shit with a screenshot of your car and post it on the wall.
Yeah, I noticed you were doing that quite a bit as well. So,
if I beat somebody, I've put that up there just to rub that in.
Yeah, like I said, there's something in there for everybody. There's a lot of features that I think people will be exploring and be having fun with for a long time.
Yeah, it's very good. Well, thank you very much, man. Look forward to playing it when it comes out. What's the date on it?
It's November the 16th over here and November the 19th over in Europe.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
TalkRadar. This show am good.
And now a letter from the front lines of Civilization 5.
My dearest Gertrude, it has been 60 turns since I last felt your embrace. Thank the heavens our Empire scientists have finally invented writing, as we may now communicate despite our great distance. Though I cannot judge the breadth of our unit's arduous endeavor, we have been marching since the turn you and I parted, and we must be at least, perhaps 10 hexagons away. I pray things are well back home, in our great capital of Dick Butt Valley. I hear work has been completed on the pyramids. That is splendid news. And a new project, they say. The Sistine Chapel? It's fantastic, my darling, and we must visit them upon my return. I fear, however, that our brave and noble leader, the great Emperor Diarrhea, has forsaken us. The troops would chastise me for saying so, lest I speak ill of those who perished in the name of the Emperor Diarrhea's inquisitional mandate to be the first regiment in space. But, my dear Gertrude, it has been 20 turns since we last received orders. After defeating the villainous, warlike Gandhi and his savage Indian mongrels, we have camped near the Aztec border, despite our empire's continuing peace with the kind and rational Montezuma. The desert here is barren, indeed, barren as Queen Elizabeth's womb. Water and rations are scarce, and sleep finds us sparingly in the sweltering heat. Yet we are only 2 hexagons away from the nearest city. Indeed, I can spy the walls of Bondertown from where I sit composing this very correspondence. I observe nightly as they rejoice in praise of Emperor Diarrhea's conquests and new trading routes. They have plenty of food, water, and even wine, and it would take us only 1 turn for our unit to... I'm sorry, my dear, I should not complain. Take care of my boys, love, and I pray that I return to you as soon as a passing barbarian scout alerts our leader to our presence. Let us pray that I am not deleted. Forever yours truly, American Swordsman No. 3.
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast? Yeah! Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute and just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Ooh, listen to that. All right, you guys ready? TalkRadar. You know what? Take it count. TalkRadar.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
TalkRadar 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
It's elementary.
This sounds really complicated.
What are we doing?
Is this a podcast?
It is a podcast. Here we are. But I wanted to talk a little bit to Joshua.
Hello.
Creative Assassin.
Well done.
When we first started this thing, and I get a lot of credit for this, but you gave me most of these sound effects.
I gave you a lot. Yes.
Most of these game sound effects, and I'm just going to pull a super fast quiz on your ass.
Jeez.
No, don't chime in, Brett. Let me see if you can get what these are.
Okay. That's a Bomberman 64.
Dude, that is... Wow. Yes. What about this one?
Streets of Rage.
Jesus. Whoa. Wow, it sounded like the Genesis digesting something.
Captain America and the Avengers on the Genesis. Not the Super Nintendo.
Specifically Genesis.
Yeah, that was probably correct.
I'll give it to you. No.
I don't know. It had to. It mixed. See.
No. Shut up.
What about this one?
You got me.
No? Really? You gave me this one.
I probably gave you a lot of stuff and I just pulled it.
Atelier Iris?
Oh, Atelier Iris?
Yeah. Well, say it again because I don't want to have to say it.
I really don't know how to say it. I just,
I believe it's Atelier.
Atelier.
Michael, I think. Atelier?
Yes. Michael, would you please step in here?
Yeah, because I speak French, apparently.
No, just proper pronunciation. Okay. The French have a right to have their words pronounced correctly. I believe that's what you normally say.
Atelier?
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
I think it's Atelier.
Look, you can call him Ooey if you want to. I don't really care.
All right, what's this one?
Dragon Quest?
Yes, it is. Extra points for the number on the Dragon Quest game. Jesus Christ. Last one.
Shadow Man.
It is Shadow Man. It is totally Shadow Man. I'm going to give you a Mega Man victory noise because you got the 100%.
A Mega Man X victory.
Wonderful. Guys, guess what?
What? Chicken butt?
You know what brought us in? It's a wonderful ditty. Today's a little about Sonic. Because Sonic has the most embarrassing shit that we can play. But what brought us in was a suggestion submitted to me by Ray P on Facebook, and it's the Fresh Prince of Death Egg by YouTube Steve the Emperor. just bring it back to the hip-hop remixes of last week. Wonderful jam. Just Dance, that's out this week. New releases.
Oh, Just Dance 2?
Just Dance 2. Just Dance 2.
Good.
All right.
That's the Wii's.
That'll sell a lot.
That's the Wii's big game.
It will. That's the nicest thing I can say about it.
That's had such a presence at Comic-Con and PAX.
Huge.
Like,
Anywhere there's
always
kids
crowded.
who can play games.
That's
and it was always TikTok over
and
again.
over.
TikTok on the clock. Shut
You
the
could stop. You know what the song's about? Why is your kid singing this?
Yeah.
Oh God!
Get him out. Get him down.
It's
Get
a
him
mix
down.
of like, here's a song that was relevant maybe 9 months ago,
Yeah.
combined with, oh, that 70s song your parents
And
like.
the people working the booths actually told us, like, we've had to put a limit on TikTok. We've had to tell people to stop requesting it.
God.
It was hard to play Scott Pilgrim because there was so many people wanted to
I
dance
always
to TikTok.
associate that with you trying to play Scott Pilgrim. And what happened?
What happened exactly?
Little kid came up and bit your dick or something.
No, no. God, that's fabricated. Jesus. No, it just.
Oh man,
Fabralicious.
I don't, like I'm there to work and just
practically
little
denim,
kid,
Brett.
I want to play and under normal circumstances, yes, you're a child. You have a right to play before an adult has a right to play. But I'm working. Get the fuck away from me. And he won't, and he doesn't, and it's just that makes most of those cons a miserable situation for me because I don't want to just yell. No, it is my time now. Me.
I don't know. You're taller. You can always just push him down.
I probably should.
Or just
strong
say,
arm
wait
him
your
and
turn.
play the game.
He'll learn a valuable lesson that way.
But it's like he'll come up like the kid in that case came up and was like tugging on my sleeve. Can I play? Can I play? Like, what am I supposed to say?
No.
Yeah,
Say no. Wait your turn.
No. As a former kid, I learned
manners.
no lessons that way.
Yeah.
I just thought, fine, I get to play, finally.
Yeah, it's just I know. Yeah, he's just gonna think I'm an asshole.
got my way. Who cares?
I don't
want
to be an asshole, and he's here. He's here to do just that. And I don't know. I think it's more important for him to experience that than me. Like, and it also gets me out of writing an article. Ta-da!
That is not an excuse.
I wanted to, well, we have Borderlands. We also have this out this week. Uncharted 2 and Borderlands are getting Game of the Year. Game of the Year. Game of the Year. Game of the Year editions. Yes. I'm surprised it took this long. Has Uncharted really only been out
a year?
A year?
Yep.
God,
Yep.
it feels like forever.
I think October last year.
God, it feels so great.
But,
it was our Game of the Year runner-up.
We gave.
That's true.
We had an article about like Sony now is just Game of the Yearing anything it feels like. Mag is a game.
Is it?
No, I think Mag is greatest hits.
Oh,
I don't
greatest
think it's Game of
hits.
the Year.
No, it's got a Game of the Year.
That means it's like a million seller or whatever.
No idea.
Well, greatest hits doesn't mean
downgraded-
anything anymore.
Yeah, they downgraded the
Whatever they
greatest
want.
hits thing, so it's like it sold 300,000.
It's platinum, baby. What number does that mean? It doesn't
Okay, sorry.
matter.
Game of the Year is different, but Borderlands.
What
Game
does
of the
matter
Year
is that it's
special.
cheaper now.
Yes, it's cheaper now. If you have a PS3, you're an idiot if you don't own Uncharted 2.
That is true.
Just a fucking moron.
Correct.
And I do not have any respect for you.
Fuck you. You should die.
Yes. 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 God, you're so eloquent sometimes, Michael.
I know,
just
right?
want people to die who
Well,
haven't
you
played
tell it
Uncharted.
how I can understand it. I don't. My is dumb.
But the new Borderlands,
you should die and
get
get is something happen. This is important.
Game of the Year. Game of the Year.
Oh yeah, that guy's song about it getting Game of the Year.
That's right.
Or his personal Game of the Year.
Borderlands got a Game of the Year. What's that got on it?
Well, that's important because you get a code for Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, it is.
Demo early or something.
Yeah, for early access.
Yeah, and if you bought Borderlands on Steam, you get it
Did
regardless.
you hear the premiere of the demo is going to be in a game bar in Australia?
Yeah, I heard about
hosted
that.
by
The Mana
Yahtzee,
Bar,
which I think you may own or have a stake in.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I've heard of the Mana Bar. Like I've heard it's like this cool game bar.
Oh man, I would kill to be there.
What's funny is it's in Brisbane, Australia, and here we are next to Brisbane, California.
What a coinky dink!
What a bunch of crap.
They are very different. Brisbane, California is not nearly as cool.
Brisbane, California is barely a town.
It's the only place you'll see. What was it like a black sailor speaking to
hanging out with like a homeless rabbi. And it seems like
it's like the weirdest town.
Yeah, like that rainbow coalition of television show characters that you only get when you focus group things together, and it all exists in Brisbane.
Well, it's such a small town. Like
It's
it has
so weird.
It has a small mountain
It really
town
looks
feel.
like
yet
it
it's-
looks like the Gilmore Girls was filmed there.
Yeah, the
Did
Gilmore
I say
Girls.
Gilmore
And it might
Gills.
have been.
It was on right after Fish Police. You'll remember.
Oh man, I was going to make the Fish Police show.
Nobody wants to make a Fish Police show.
Well done, Brett.
Shit you not. We were on the same wavelength. What else is out this week? Tyler Wilde.
Super Scribble Nuts.
Super Scribble Nuts.
It's
Oh, wow, finally.
it's averaging an 85.
Really?
Damn.
Is that better than the first one?
It's all about adjectives, which is fucking stupid.
The adjectives are dumb, but I hear they fixed a lot of stuff from the first one. The levels are a little better. You can't just win with a
Dude, the scenario you
rocket
described
pack.
alone makes me want to buy it.
Oh yeah,
Just that.
Mike Grimm had a preview appointment a while ago for it, and it was like anything you want. And so it was a demo, so obviously the developers they knew what the limitations were, but they typed in undead pregnant baby, and a zombie baby showed up that when you tap it spawns more zombie babies because it's pregnant.
Yes.
And that's really creepy. And
That is cool.
But
I applaud that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So I guess they fixed the control problems that plagued the first one,
Yeah,
like
they changed
tapping
the
somewhere and you
controls.
fall into a pit and die. We gave it a 9. I think last year we gave the first one a 7 or an 8. I can't remember what it was.
We gave it a 7.
Yeah,
I remember.
So,
So-
our quote was a fantastic game. It approaches puzzle solving. Blah 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 blah. Our quote sucks.
But it's amazing to me that they actually considered the critical observations from the first game
Yeah.
and then corrected stuff and then released a new game that is better. That doesn't usually happen for some reason.
The lowest, strangely, like it goes. We gave it a 9. IGN gave it a 9. Joystick's a 9. Game Informer's an 88. GamePro's an 8. And GameSpot's the lowest with a 6.5. Disappointing sequel saps away the unbridled fun that made the original so enthralling.
Oh yeah, the original was so great. Just using a jetpack
That's
for
great.
everything, falling into holes. Fantastic.
Next,
I forgot what we were talking about.
Michael.
Let's
Jackson?
do Medal of Honor because I have less stupid audio pertaining to it.
Medal of Honor. Oh, I reviewed that.
You did.
I did review that.
It's averaging a 75 presently.
That's right, and I gave it an 8.
I did. He said downstairs. He said downstairs that was exactly the score he wanted to give it.
Yeah, we don't do
We don't do
we don't do
0.5s.
point fives, and I agree with that decision. But
Oh, a 7.5.
I think it was a 7.5. But I give it an 8 because the multiplayer is fun, if not new or inventive or anything DICE hasn't done before. I mean, it's not an experience you get elsewhere. It's not Battlefield. It's not quite Call of Duty, but it's not that special.
Yeah, I remember you took issue. I was just walking by, like, no, it was like Call of Duty. He's like, it's nothing, or Battlefield, Bad Company. Like, it's nothing like Bad Company. Nothing.
It's not Bad Company. It's different. It's more compressed, But sometimes it's too compressed, and I don't like getting spawn killed. And there's kind of a lot of that.
What I want from this game is to see like a bunch of dudes in beards and ball caps, like charging out of
that'd be
amphibious boats at Omaha Beach.
That would have been awesome. And what they did with the campaign is kind of disappointing. Like I was telling Chris earlier, like what I had hoped it would be is what Medal of Honor Allied Assault, Medal of Honor series created by Steven Spielberg, by the way, that's forgotten often. Medal of Honor Allied Assault was to games sort of what Saving Private Ryan was to film.
Yeah, a bit.
And it was like the big Omaha Beach assault was like, oh my god, it's like I'm playing Saving Private Ryan. This is so fun.
It was a Medal of Honor game on PlayStation before that, but this one was like...
I actually considered that one for the top 7 just because the 2 games that came before Allied Assault were like just very, small scale, like you're a secret agent behind German lines. And then Allied Assault was like, it's the war.
Yeah,
you're fighting in battles.
There's tanks. You're with a bunch of troops, fighting these huge battles. And then, so then I sort of felt like, well, Medal of Honor, the new reboot in Afghanistan, that should remind me of things like Generation Kill and things like what is it? Help me.
Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker and things like that. But it really wasn't. It's about these very precise Tier 1 soldiers who are just like super awesome and just walk in and fuck yeah, got my sniper rifle and I'm hitting all these Taliban motherfuckers. And
they call them Taliban in the campaign.
In the campaign, you are fighting the Taliban, and I said in the review, like this is the game version of God Bless America, where at least I know I'm free. And someone took issue. They're just like someone in the comments was just like, oh yeah, well you can't take your Huffington Post reading ass out of your so they simplified it. Give me a break. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not taking some liberal view where I always want America to be the villain in it, but they didn't.
You're Canadian, Tyler. That clearly means you're foreign.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That means you hate America.
But they're clearly taking battles and things that already occurred and inserting Americans in there, even when it's...
it's just kind of like it starts out and you find this informant and then the informant tells you where the Taliban are hiding out. And it's just, okay, now America's going to go fix this. And this informant is the most stereotypical. Like, I recorded the audio of him. He's just like,
I have secrets.
What Americans believe the Afghan people think of them.
They took everything and left only hurt. Please.
Only hurt.
You must find them. Find them and kill them all.
Bullshit. Why should we trust him? For all we know, he set us up. Why should we trust you?
Please.
Did you translate English to
I
him?
have a daughter. I want her to go to school. I want her to be a person, have a life. Do you not understand?
Okay. I understand.
That's basically it. That's the only interaction you have with anyone from Afghanistan is this guy begging you to kill the Taliban so his daughter can have a life and be a person when
America.
I'm sure that...
But, I mean, do all the towns look like, something out of a 1930s mummy movie where it's just like the streets are literally sand?
Yes, they're just bombed out clay towns.
They live in sand igloos.
They're made of mud.
Sort of adobe buildings.
Yes, they're all adobe buildings.
I wish there was water involved. It's just
and
sand.
then
they live in sand castles.
After that point, it's just all Taliban and America killing Taliban soldiers. I think there's one point in the game where like someone asks, "What are you going to do now?" Well, I'm going to go up this hill and kill as many Taliban as I can. And
that's there any Brits, Canadians, Australians,
and no,
anybody.
And that's the point I made. There's the Bagram Air Base is an air base that was captured early in the war, I think in 2001, and it was captured by British special ops, I believe. But of course, in this, it's captured by Americans. So like, it's just kind of changing history. It's just America, and it's like they've said over and over, like this whole Taliban controversy is ridiculous because we've done our best to be respectful to the soldiers, and they
overly respectful.
They haven't just been respectful. They're deities in this game. And
when you told me that, it reminded me of the propaganda movies that came out during World War II that you'd look back on in film class like, wow, I can't believe the balls they had to like try and rewrite history.
And I hate to like dwell on this, but people complained about it because I don't think it's that big of a deal. They did what they kind of knew they had to. They could have
create new British soldiers to be in one part of the game. And
they could have done like something a little bit more controversial and just showed like terrified American Marines. Like try to be a little bit more gritty with it. But instead, they just show hardcore, awesome Rangers and Tier 1 guys who are just like, yeah, hoorah.
That's their whole campaign, though. These are the Tier 1 operators. These aren't the scared recruits.
No.
Which really, I don't know that those exist so much anymore. Just
maybe
I'll tell you what.
Since we don't have a draft.
You want to know what they don't do? Win Medals of Honor.
Well, these guys maybe they do because they're so hardcore and awesome.
I think they're elite special ops. I'm using all my knowledge of the military right now.
But they never they never even encounter a civilian to have to like, they pretend like they'll see like these guys have weapons. Should we fire on them? Okay, yes they do. Okay, you're clear to fire. It's like everyone in this game is Taliban.
Yeah, it was their chance. I mean, Medal of Honor gained its name from being like the most authentic. All the guns have the sounds recorded from live firing ranges.
There is a lot of authentic.
All these battles are
great audio.
All these battles are pulled from history, and all these things and this was their chance to try to do that with Modern Warfare, but tell it as accurately as they could and show scared people or have some real moral ambiguity because the war itself is is very gray areas. But instead, it's like
okay, go ahead.
Instead, it just sounds America.
It's
wins.
not that. It's America wins.
I remember, like the first Medal of Honor on PS1 was like the only game to actually make me feel a little bad occasionally about killing Nazis. Because you'd run across things like you'd throw a grenade and like one guy would throw himself on it to save his friends, or you'd come on like, hey, here's a bunch of Germans with their back to you and they're building a snowman. You're going to gun them all down.
Yeah, no, the Taliban's just evil.
Their brief moment of happiness.
They always know where you are, and they're coming to get you, and they have turbans on.
It's true.
So shoot them.
It's true.
Shoot them all.
I hate to dwell on that because it is a good campaign. It's not a great campaign. It ends like in the second act, and like the voice acting and the storytelling is actually really good, aside from the oversimplification of the war.
That's what EA has the budget for.
It's like I actually really liked all the characters. I thought they were cool. I wanted to know more about them. I wanted to continue to do missions, and then it's just like the last line in the game is "This isn't over," and then the credits play.
Of course, it's not.
We're gonna finish.
Wait a minute! If it's not over, why are the credits playing?
Yeah,
This game ended. I've been playing.
This
it
isn't over.
For 5 hours. hours.
end on a cliffhanger.
Is it really that? Is it
we
really
have
that,
to win the Afghan
We've
war.
got to get to the DLC.
Is it really that short?
It's really short. Like, I started playing it one night near the end of work. I played like 2 missions, came in the morning, and I was like, oh man, I better get on this because it's going to take me all day. And by like 1 in the afternoon, I'm done. I don't. What happened? Like, it just ends, and it's not climactic. It's just
you won the war.
You know, and the fighting in the campaign is very much just like,
yeah, I really wish
shoot guy, move to new position, shoot another guy. There's no there's no creativity to it.
Like, as the story goes, it'd be cool if they ended it in like a very like Empire kind of way, where like there's a small victory here, but it's not over. Like, there's not a true, like, I don't know.
That is kind of how they end it, but like, you don't get to participate in the victory.
Oh,
I don't want to have
maybe
any
just
spoilers.
end it with like the guy looking at the camera and saying, "This isn't over until you help us finish it." And like,
Well,
Army
I'll tell you
information.
without spoiling any of the story.
Oh, please don't.
Because there's I actually like the story.
Find them and kill them all.
That's basically the story. But they kept the story simple. There's a bunch of Taliban. in
There's
this
no
valley.
Makarov.
Go kill them. And you know, there's no Makarov. There's
no Rosgrees.
No Rosgrees.
No Bob Balaban.
Nope.
Hanging out with the Taliban. Talking about Caliban.
Love Bob Balaban. God damn it.
I appreciate that they kept it simple, but so there's this big, you know, kind of climactic ending with the characters, and then it just starts white text on a black background. This is dedicated to all of the soldiers who have given their lives, and just this like 5 different screens of text talking about how great the soldiers are, and like, not that I disagree, but it's just very like I thought that shit was for
gamers.
America's Army. Was
Dedicated
for,
to all the soldiers. Boo hoo 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 hoo.
yeah, I thought that was for games made by the Army. Like,
I don't mean to
what is this?
diminish that.
Without your sacrifice, we wouldn't have been able to reboot this franchise.
Exactly. And
Christ.
It's not going to come off as genuine when you're making a commercial product.
No, it's I think that kind of shit, I hate seeing it. It's ass covering.
It is.
There are ways to honor the
P.S.
American
Thank you for
soldiers.
your $60.
Yes, there are ways to honor the American soldiers within the game, and I don't know. Like, I don't really know how to do that to where it'd be something I'd want to play.
Well, I mean, if they want to do that, if they're going to go to that trouble, like, why not donate some of your profits to veterans?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they
the
are.
USO,
or
I'm sure they will.
I don't know. They held a review event at the Marines Memorial
as a
Club.
game,
the VFW stuff.
As a game, it was a reboot, which somehow lacks soul, and it just took what Call of Duty did, and it was derivative from the moment it was announced.
It is derivative. It does take a lot from Modern Warfare. There's like a scene where everything slows down and you have a handgun and you have to like pick off
and not
a
enough.
couple guys.
Seriously,
watching you play,
which
like,
is
that
done.
That was
in
my
Modern
problem
Warfare
with Halo
twice.
Reach and fight through a wave of enemies, and then all the crescendo moments happen in front of me in cinemas. Whereas in Modern Warfare 2, I mean, like,
It
the
just
best
puts
thing
you
say,
into the body of
yeah,
whoever's-
like automatically you are part of that moment, and you have to control something, otherwise you die.
And it doesn't go that far as to it doesn't copy that. I wish it did, but
it had plenty of time to do so.
But the only time America is sort of like criticized is there's one like bullheaded general who just wants to send in the Rangers too soon, and you know, that's about it. And then there's like this scene where like, you know, the technical guy cuts off the general who's yelling, and the guy on the ground who knows what's going on, he's on the ground fighting, is like, little nod, yeah, we cut off the Joker back in Washington who doesn't know what's
Behind
going
his
on.
desk. But like, compared to, like, you said, like, you didn't really care for Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer after a certain amount of time, but then this one, how does that stack up?
I think it's good. I like it more than Modern Warfare 2 because Modern Warfare 2
as well.
Because, well, I mean, it simplifies things. There's no chance that it's going to get out of hand and people are going to find crazy exploits because it's not complicated enough for that to happen. You know, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 introduced the nuke, which ends the game, and people figured out how to, as quickly as possible, achieve that. And that's not
really
fun for anyone.
Right.
It's not even fun for the person who gets the nuke. Like, how is that fun to just end the game with a nuke? But, you know,
sat in a lobby to do this and in the game.
Yeah, but there's still...
That was supposed to be my explosion sound. God damn it.
But there's still nothing that new about it. It just feels like another DICE multiplayer game, and
Which
it's
is
fun.
There's a beta included in Medal of Honor, it's sort of like here's
for
the
Battlefield
bridge to the
3.
game you probably want to
It
play.
is kind of a segue to Battlefield 3, which is what people are really going to want to play. So I hate to say that it's disappointing, but it's a reboot of a beloved series. Anything under a 10 is going to be disappointing to most people.
Yeah.
So to give it an 8, it's a really good game. It's really fun. I think it's a great game. But everyone's going to see that as a disappointment because it's a reboot. If an unknown developer had just made this and like given it to us out of nowhere, everyone would be like, "Holy shit, this is really good."
Yeah.
But it's it's EA and it's DICE and it's developers everyone loves in a series.
Yeah, a lot of the other scores like IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb are all 6s.
Damn.
GameSpot's a 7.5.
I think a 6.
How much should EA pay
low.
you, Tyler?
For an 8?
Yeah.
Well, I really like DICE's multiplayer. Like I'm going to have a lot more fun with it. I don't think it's a 6. I think that's a little low. The campaign is really fun, even though it's short, and it's like really went a long way with the voice acting and just the audio in general, and it's fantastic. Like I really liked the characters, but that's just me. Maybe they didn't like the characters. Or maybe characters don't actually factor into it as much as I say they do.
No, not usually. It's just what differentiates the game from 1,000 other things. That
Exactly.
you're playing. And
It's
you're
like-
still playing Battlefield Bad Company 2. And when I looked at the RTV and I can't distinguish what you're playing.
Yeah,
I understand why that's a problem with the public and reviewers.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, DICE does kind of just do the same thing over and
But they usually
over.
place it out a little.
Yeah.
They stagger it. They
Hey,
stagger
that's
the
enough.
releases. Hold on.
It's a good game.
Brett was texting a second ago. I got to bring him back into it.
When you play don't have to text anything.
No? You all right?
Someone's not even in here.
Just what were you texting?
When you play the Muppets.
This is a thumbtack?
He was playing with a thumbtack.
Okay.
Just phones have
text on a thumbtack?
Phones have gotten really small, Michael.
Just want to play the Party Cruise.
Michael's
Party
putting his
Cruise.
contact
On the
in.
display.
Tell me about Kirby.
Oh, right now?
I don't know. Do you want to do Sonic first or Kirby?
Well, I mean, I guess it's new release, sort of.
Sonic, Sonic's newer.
Oh, do Sonic.
Newish. I have a bunch of stupid Sonic shit prepared.
Kirby, well, let's do Kirby then, because Kirby, the review embargo was this morning at 10 a.m.
Oh.
The game
means they're proud of it.
The game doesn't come out until Sunday. Most of Nintendo's embargoes are the Friday before
Are
the
they?
game comes out, usually. Like New Mario was.
New Metroid?
Metroid was.
Oh.
Okay. Most of them are. So I haven't written this review yet, and I am on vacation this week, so that's...
So you're not actually here.
So
this is a hologram we're talking
I'm
about, right?
here.
Wow.
This is all Brett
Is this CNN?
CNN. I'm talking to William.
On hologram.
Talking to WilliamRobot.com.
I think that's his name, yeah.
So Kirby.
WilliamRobot.com. Please, somebody grab that URL.
Kirby,
Shall
your
be mine.
enthusiasm
we were
for a
typing
moment.
we were typing in dumbass URLs last night, and no one has bought bonerdirectory.com.
What?
Boner directory.
I bet they will
And
now.
I'm like, really? Nobody bought? Like, you wouldn't keep a log of all the boners you got?
It should just be called Charlie's Facebook. Jesus.
What?
I miss the guy. I'm trying to make fun of him. He's not here.
He's on his honeymoon.
Today, an excellent boner.
Let's hope. What were we
don't know.
Boner to Kirby. See if you can bounce back.
Kirby's Epic Yarn finally came out today. I've seen it several times, and I mean, it's not a surprising review. I don't know what score I'm going to give it yet. I'm leaning a certain way, but I have not written it yet, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's what we've seen and played. It's fucking adorable.
It really is charming to watch.
Like, it's the thing that I take away most from it is it's so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's an antidote to everything else that's going to come out this season.
It's an antidote to Medal of
relaxing.
Honor.
And I did
Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Vanquish, Fallout New Vegas, like everything is
looks
just
a bit clever
shooters.
too,
and it really, you can't die. And normally I'd be like, fucking baby game, but it's the way it implements that. It's like, no, it's not about dying. It's about collecting the number of beads and earning a medal on each level, and earning those lets you
Medal of Honor.
Yes, one that matters in the game.
It was nice when watching you play it. It seemed like a much happier balance between what we consider now the Nintendo audience and me.
Yeah, I feel like we
can both like this.
It's a
That's
perfect
fine.
mix of like, no, grab that person who bought a Wii, a new Mario Wii, which I really don't like that much, and then this, and you can play it together. A good example is We went down to see it a few weeks ago when we took pictures of the yarn room that they made. I Am 8-Bit made a room and made a bunch of decorations. And I went with someone from Crochet Today. A lady, and she hasn't played a game forever. She has a Wii, but when they said, no, hold the Wii remote sideways, it was completely foreign to her.
She's like, where's the joystick? Where do I put in quarters?
She knew the remote, the Wii remote, because she has a Wii, but she was pointing it at the screen like, how do I play this? Wow, you're on it. Within a couple of minutes, no, she had it. She was running, jumping. It's a very simple game. You run, you jump, you use the whip lasso thing that Kirby has to either unravel an enemy and kill it, or wind it up into a ball that you can throw and break other blocks. You can swing on shit. And what's interesting is Kirby. I'm not finished with it yet. I'm at the last stage, at least on the map. It looks like the last stage, and you gain no new moves, no new abilities the entire game.
Yeah,
and it never once does it feel old or repetitive or like I'm doing the same shit every time. The levels are so clever and interactive and just so fun.
All those things you are, the UFO and the car and the parachute, those are all just innate abilities.
Yeah, they're all things you can do. And
almost from the onset.
Every few levels has a thing you turn in, which is called a super transformation or something. And you turn into a dolphin, and that's only
Where's my dolphin sound?
Oh,
man.
Correct.
I'm gonna go dig that up.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mega Man X Victory.
Yes, please.
Hold on. Keep going on the dolphin.
You turn into a dolphin or a UFO or a dolphin
or
a dolphin
or a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Right on time. I deliver.
I guess good that it was on close to. On call, sort of?
Almost.
You almost found it quickly?
Almost. That would have been better if I have Chimp and Lion on call 24/7.
You could just use
me. You also turn into a chimp.
No!
But you really don't. The door is shutting itself. Oh my god. We are trapped.
We're trapped. The doorstop is outside of the door.
No!
But no, I don't want anyone to ever think that it's anything more than running through levels, jumping, but it's so charming. The levels are so...
What did you think, Josh? You played it a bit.
I played it for about 5 minutes.
But you were...
And it was Kirby. It was great.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Kirby.
Is it Kirby?
Yes, it is Kirby.
And unlike every other Kirby game but Canvas Curse and Air Raid, you don't copy abilities, you don't swallow anybody. It's nothing like that. It's just like Canvas Curse for DS, where we took the hero and we did something really weird and different with it, and it's one of the best games for the system.
Weird. Kirby's like a little fucking stem cell for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Whatever you need me to do, I'm there.
But what's interesting about this is
Tyler's laughing off mic. It doesn't count.
That was a good joke, Chris.
Thanks.
It apparently wasn't a Kirby game for a while.
Yeah,
and some other
it was going to be a new character.
It was making it with a new character, but then when you put him in, it really works. I don't know, and I've loved the hell out of it. And one of the things I really like about it, I gave you a sound file.
Oh yes, you did.
This is the intro movie. In all the cinemas, there's not a lot of cutscenes, but the cutscenes are narrated by what sounds like a delightful old man reading you a storybook. And this is the intro. It's about 2 minutes long, so we can play a little bit and play the rest in the break or something, but you can just listen to it now. And
welcome to Dreamland, a kingdom famous for peace and quiet.
Getting so
It's
sleepy.
the perfect little land, if you like that sort of thing.
And the music.
Lately, there have been rumors of a caped sorcerer going around turning people into yarn. That's right.
What?
Yarn.
Oh, no.
One day, Kirby saw his favorite food, a bright red tomato, on top of a bush.
Oh, where's Peter
Down
Rabbit
the
in all
hatch.
this?
But when Kirby tried to eat it,
oh no!
A caped sorcerer appeared.
I love
My
PBS.
name is... Hey, what are you doing?
He voices
Stop
the voices?
That.
He does all the voices?
That's my magic Metamato.
Oh, come on.
Kirby gulped the Metamato right down.
adorable.
Just then, a white sock around the sorcerer's neck began to glow. Then it sucked Kirby up.
Down he goes. And then, this is a good line. Kirby lands. He's made of yarn now.
This grass feels funny, Kirby thought. It feels like pants. And to Kirby's surprise, he saw that his entire body was made out of yarn. Then he saw
it goes
a yarn
on.
monster chasing.
It's just really, and all the cutscenes are like that, and it's just that guy, he's like, hello, check, yes, I'm ready.
It really is like storybook
Yeah,
theater on PBS.
and that really ties it all together, and There's other
It
stuff.
sounds like a really good book on tape.
Yes, exactly. And there's other stuff you can do. You have a town square. You can decorate your house that I didn't really care for, but some people might. It's just like a totally other mode that's there, and if you do it, you get people to move into your apartments, and then they give you new bonus levels that let you unlock new shit to put in your
Really?
house. It's a whole other aspect of the game that, like,
You didn't care for Animal Crossing?
it's
That's
like
weird.
a mini Animal Crossing, only it's not as crappy as the last few have been.
Oh, big burn in the Animal Crossing.
I don't like this.
That's not what our podcast is about.
I don't like this assertion that I'm really in Animal Crossing.
You are,
But
though.
you are.
I was in. I was in, along with Josh,
Yes.
the GameCube one.
You've described missing college classes
Yes,
or
the GameCube
in-game
one.
events.
The GameCube one.
Yeah, okay.
You say this while wearing an Animal Crossing T-shirt and one of those horned hats.
I am not.
True.
You
No,
are
he
too.
is.
They can't. They don't know any better. They
This
can't
horn
see
hat.
you.
This is an Ico horn hat.
Oh, I see.
Brett has at least 3 Animal Crossing tattoos. All over his
This
body.
is from Animal Crossing: The Minish Cap.
That's
Yes.
the big secret. No one knew.
That's
that
my
they were from
favorite Animal Crossing.
That's a good one.
This is from.
But you can't see them. You can't see them until he shaves his pubic hair.
No.
They're really small. All right. Well,
One
that is-
only shows up when he's erect.
Whoa. Where does that one come from? But yeah,
It's Balloon Mario from Super Mario World. That's,
that'd be more of a balls tattoo.
I guess, but my balls don't grow when I'm hard.
My
They
dick
do
is
the opposite.
My dick isn't a globe.
Again, they don't know that. Listeners can't see your dick.
Really? Okay, not yet.
right, I'm
but they
sorry.
can hear your dick.
Let's bring it back.
What's it sound like?
Sorry, that was the last Animal Crossing sound. Hopefully, the next Animal Crossing sound Josh brought to us will be more representative of your dick. It's just random, happenstance.
Well,
I can try and loop it if you'd like.
ready to move on here.
You sure? There you go.
That's Pac-Man.
That's Animal Crossing.
No, that's possibly.
We are.
Yeah, I think under this is the Kirby music playing. It's got a
Oh,
great
yeah.
soundtrack. It's
Of
like
course.
it's like a kind of Mario Galaxy level, like orchestral, a lot of pianos and strings. It's really nice.
Nobody. It sounds like a total fanboy, but no. To this day, nobody does music better than Nintendo, even in their properties. I want to get mad at every game.
I might contend with that. But whatever.
Which one? Like which one?
Well, I think Castlevania is almost always excellent.
Oh, I mean, I'm Punch Out.
Right.
Mario Galaxy.
Right.
Like every Mario game has phenomenal music. Every Punch Out game has phenomenal music.
Yeah.
Every Kirby game has phenomenal music.
Right. As a company, right?
As
I
a
see.
company.
I see.
As a company, I guess.
Sure.
I guess. You want to jump into Sonic?
Do it.
We make so much fun of our boy Sonic. I had this. You remember Shane Patterson?
No.
He was a catalyst for most of this. Shane Patterson. If you don't remember him, I got this wonderful quote that.
You get to drink from the water hose.
Thank you, Shane. That is Shane Patterson. Around, I think it's podcast 57
our old
or 50,
hillbilly
or
friend,
58.
Shane Patterson.
And we have Sonic sound effects, and here's one from the PC Sonic Schoolhouse.
I'm Sonic.
That's why people aren't that excited about Sonic 4, because they wanted to play Sonic Schoolhouse again, because it had really great music.
He's Waluigi.
Oh man.
Or drunk apparently and wandering through downtown.
In a silent movie. I say, put that player piano away.
And this is all from like 2 podcasts, like 100 episodes ago, 56, 57, something like that.
Gee whiz.
Sonic Says, remember Sonic Says from the Sonic cartoon? The educational fulfillment of being on network television.
The G.I. Joe, now you know the battle.
Yeah, that's legally mandated. That's so fucking weird. And this is just the only one I grabbed. It's
Always tell your folks where you're going and when you'll be back. Bad things can happen.
sometimes syndicates cut out too early. We played a bunch of audio examples of how MJ was involved with the Sonic 3 soundtrack. Sonic 3 soundtrack, a great soundtrack.
That keeps getting refuted to this day.
No, I mean, like his manager said he was. I'm sure Michael Jackson was involved to have his name attached to the soundtrack. I'm positive. I love what somebody did with the Sonic 3 ending, because I love the ending song, and I like the song by Michael Jackson, Moscow?
Miscow.
Not Moscow. Miscowage.
Mrs. Cow.
The ending, the TalkRadar.
Stronger in Miscow.
Where is it? Yeah, Michael Jackson didn't write the
90s
music.
backbeat goes to a Michael Jackson song.
Michael Jackson didn't write the music to Sonic 3, but the people who write Michael Jackson's music did. And they were all, once Michael Jackson's name is off it, like, well, now Barry Johnson is working on Sonic 3.
BJ did that?
Yeah, who no one knows who you are, so
right.
You know, so people found Ice Cap Zone.
Right, yeah.
They took the chord progression and they matched it up to Michael Jackson's Who Is It, which I don't have properly loaded up right now. Bear with me.
Bears?
Bears.
Black bears?
Bears.
Grizzly
Nice.
bears.
Who is driving?
Brown bears.
Nice.
Oh my God, bears
Polar
driving?
bears.
Nice. All right,
How
all
can
right.
this be?
Ice Cap Zone,
Charlie.
Michael Jackson, Who Is It?
Michael Jackson.
And they sped it up a little bit. Which, meanwhile, like, specifically, the same people who wrote the album that these songs are off of are credited with Sonic's music. Put this together. Ice Cap Zone, Who Is It?
Well, they are awfully similar. I love it.
It's insane. It's insane. But I did not know about this until Retro DLC, one of my best buddies on Twitter, pointed this out to me. This is pertaining to Sonic 4, which I haven't played much of. Sonic 3, huge launch. Huge launch. It was all over, like, all cable stations. I remember they took over MTV. That was Sonic and Knuckles, but they took over Alcatraz. Yeah, they took over Alcatraz.
For the love of God, man.
Yes. Alcatraz! They took over Alcatraz, had like a giant Sonic game competition. Like, Sonic was that big. And they landed one of the most popular recording artists of the day to release a single about Sonic. Who is this recording artist? I did not see this. This is mostly was about the
It's a failed experiment.
You're rejecting the shiny baldness of the materialistic 80s, right?
Right.
Okay, tonight we interview a really big star. Not you, him.
The whole time in this video, Sonic gameplay footage is playing. This is a big band. You will all know the second I play it.
So it's Noah's Arcade.
Because they are responsible for this song.
Love's going to leave.
Wow.
Right Said Fred was contracted to...
an early 90s extravaganza.
Wow. To do a Sonic song, which I'd never heard before. And the lyrics are just... You can see them like... Well, I know Right Said Fred had a point, but they are one-hit wonder, and they're all pathetic in hindsight. But I think they had a viewpoint. They really tried to hide the Sonic lyrics, and they're very hard to see.
There he is, having a blast. There he is, hogging the limelight. There he is, blue rings that
They're talking about Sonic. Blue rings that work.
Attitude, them power sneakers. Attitude, them power sneakers. Be that good just ain't that easy.
I don't say this a lot. That's literally one of the gayest things. But it was saying power sneakers. Wow. Power sneakers. What's this thing say?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Those are some good lyrics.
Obviously, I needed to pull this part specifically.
Dum-dum dude, dum-dum dude.
State of the art.
State of the art.
Speedy Gonzales.
Speedy Gonzales.
The boom sonic boom. Slamming door at 3 a.m. And it you scratch again and again. Again and again and again and again. And it you scratch again and again.
I'm Sonic.
16-bit high-definition graphics.
High-definition
pressing down
graphics.
and spin dash.
Glass processing.
God, if we were the target audience and that never made it to my ears,
It
and
made
I
it
was
to
ready
number
to
55 on the Billboard charts, Brad.
If I knew that
the UK.
existed, I would have like had it on a complete repeat of a cassette, like
I
over
think
and
they-
over,
they-
like, just because it was about Sonic.
The music video was shot in a place called
Earth
Hydrocity Zone.
Oh, that's level 2 of Sonic 3.
Yeah, and that was kind of,
Hydrocity
that was kind of the
something.
end of it.
It's a good song.
And honestly,
Sonic-
sounds to me like they sampled something a little bit of it. Sounds
the
like
Sonic 3 new soundtrack is excellent.
But it sounds like they just commissioned Right Said Fred, who was popular at the time, to put the Sonic logo on something.
Oh my god.
That's just so bizarre. Like, you're writing a song about Sonic, and Right Said Fred is your go-to guy.
Yes.
How sneakers be that good just ain't.
Because nobody says attitude like Right Said Fred.
That had to be a who's available, right?
They're rebelling against hair, against clothing not made of leather.
That's true.
Against sex with women.
Let's get Real McCoy to write a song about Pac-Man.
He's the Pac-Man.
Come on, Pac-Man.
Yes, you got to have the high-pitched girl and then the gruff dude.
There he is, giant flappy mouth.
Running through the maze.
That's all the Sonic bullshit I have.
You get to drink from the water hose.
Michael Raparez, you get to talk about Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
Do I?
Wait, let me say that I played a little bit of Sonic 4, and I don't know, $15 is pretty steep.
Yeah,
that's a high price.
A little short.
We gave it a 9. Justin Towell reviewed it.
It's good.
The PS3 version.
But it's like, I don't know, if you made a perfect Mario 3 level tomorrow, I don't know if I'd want to pay $15 for half an evening of that.
It is a little steep, especially considering Undead Nightmare is going to be $10.
$10, which is
$10 or 800
phenomenal.
Microsoft points if you're in 360 land.
What can you tell us about Undead Nightmare?
I can tell you. I can't tell you about the multiplayer yet, although that's coming later.
Good, because I don't care.
Awesome.
Yeah, the multiplayer is pretty good, but single player, it's going to be a full. It's not quite the size of like an episode from Liberty City, but it's about 5 or 6 hours. They told me it's with cutscenes. The voice cast is coming back. It's got new songs by is it Bill Elm and the other guy.
Sure,
I've already forgotten his name.
Jose.
No.
Oh, not the vocal stuff?
There's going to be new vocal stuff.
Oh, cool.
They said there's going to be like maybe 2 or 3 new vocal tracks. It's going to be a full story arc. It takes place. It begins in sometime during the home segment of the plot. So
You have to get to the end of the game?
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, in order to know what the home says.
Well, in order to know what's going on, it kind of assumes you finished it, but it's going to be selectable from the main menu at the beginning.
I'd like to think of it as an alternate reality.
That's kind of what they were saying. That it might be an alternate reality, it might be just a dream, it might be we're just fucking around, or it might be real, and it kind of leaves that open to interpretation.
It's great. Like
it's
DLC did that all the time. Like, what if?
No way that it is real.
Yeah, probably not. But the thing is, it's really kind of impressive because it's much more than them just adding zombies. That they actually kind of made over the whole game world. The color palette's changed a bit. There's all this weird shit going on with the weather. Like, I saw something while playing I'd never seen before. Like, there's like a heavy fog and like this huge sun just like, over the horizon, but it's actually like casting this beam of light coming out of it through the fog. It was just sort of a really eerie effect.
And after you talk to Spike, there's Spike the... What's his name?
Seth, the grave robber.
Seth, the grave robber. After you get done talking to him, you realize there's like an unseemly amount of graveyards.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's only
all
5
over the
or
place.
6.
I mean, there's a lot of graveyards.
Yeah.
There's a lot of...
Hey,
look at this death. And I'm like, well, there's clearly something here. There's so much design in place. There's a fence. There's tombs. There's sepulchres and a church to go into. And there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm excited knowing that there's a zombie mode.
It's kind of like... that's one of the things that Seth tasks you with doing. It's like he's... John thinks that, he said, oh, folks in Blackwater think it might be because of that eye you stole from that grave. And like some sort of magical artifact. And Seth's like, folks! And he gets all upset. And like this cutscene that I saw with him, he's sitting there trying to play cards with his friend Moses, who has been zombified and is just sort of standing there holding cards and is completely docile. And he like orders Moses to attack Marston. And Moses just stands there. So... Seth finally just says, like, oh, if you want to deal with this thing, I don't mind, but, go around to the graveyards and just clear them out. And so
clear out the graveyards?
Clear out the graveyards. Basically, it's like a gang hideout thing, where what you do is you go to each of the graveyards, and then there's a coffin that shows up, and you have to set it on fire with a torch, and that starts off this whole thing where other coffins start coming up out of the ground, and you have to burn them, and zombies will be swarming you while this is happening. And once you've burned all the coffins, like this boss zombie comes up and you have to kill it. And the thing about the zombies is that they're really fucking tough to kill because they move really erratically. They're not just all slow, and you can only kill them with a headshot.
Really?
You have other weapons that can kill them, but like if you want to kill them with bullets, it's either a headshot or you get close up and you do an execution. But so I ended up using Deadeye a lot. Then there's also other weapons, like there's Holy Water, which is like a Molotov cocktail that envelops everything in blue flame. There's the torch can be used as a weapon. You can stab them in the face with it, or just set them on fire. A couple of different bait things that you can throw out, and one of them is just like bait, and it like draws all the zombies in the area to it. And then the other one is a bait bomb, and it's like the pipe bombs from Left 4 Dead. And then there's like a blunderbuss that shoots zombie parts at other zombies and makes them explode.
I'm very excited.
It's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't care what anybody... Zombies aren't everything. Who cares? Like, zombies are everything that I want to kill.
Yeah. Also, zombie horses, which apparently...
Zombie bear?
They show up if your horse dies and you whistle for another one. Yeah, zombie bears, zombie wildlife, and zombies aren't the weirdest thing. There are also mythical creatures that will show up like as blips on your radar.
Catoblepus?
I think I have...
Maybe.
Yes,
yes.
The South American Blancas.
But that'd be cool. But yeah, what I saw, the only one that they're revealing so far is like the 4 horses of the apocalypse are in the game.
All 4?
Yeah, all 4. The only one I saw was War. So
they're ripping off Darksiders.
A little bit.
THQ's gonna have a problem.
So yeah,
that's their canon.
Blip shows up on your map, letting you know, hey, there's a mythical creature nearby. So you go over, and it's like the big blue field that you have to search, and then like there's a big black horse with flaming hooves and a mane, and so just lasso it like any other wild horse, break it, and it's yours, and then you can just ride straight through crowds of zombies and set them all on fire.
So it's like Ghost Rider,
a little bit.
Like that wonderful movie.
Yes.
So you play as Nicolas Cage.
Fantastic movie with Nicolas Cage, the greatest thespian of our
stole
time.
my daughter.
So this is the National Treasure 3 DLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comes exactly
exclusive wig with GameStop pre-order.
If you should take away anything from my rambling, it's that.
Okay. Yeah. I do love... I'm definitely going to play this because I obviously loved Red Dead to begin with, but... So I'm hungry for more campaign to begin with.
Just more John Marston.
They really went all summer just like,
more
here's more multiplayer. I'm like, I don't care. I'd like some more story, please. But the thing on top of that I love is like it is a good precedent for DLC to do a big what if. To do a big what if scenario.
I like it. And yeah, they've been...
To just go nuts with it. Like even if it's a dream and it doesn't matter, it's like, no, next time... Fucking do a Gears thing where they're on a tropical beach. For
there was a year where all I did was read What If comics. I was so bored with Marvel comics. I just read What Ifs to deal with the plot lines I already knew. And what would happen if this one thing happened and changed everything? Fantastic.
It's always bad.
Yeah. It's always a bad consequence.
It's always a bad consequence.
Every one of those stories.
What if North Star was gay?
What if the zombies came and John Marston lived? Oh, spoiler.
Careful.
Oh, spoiler.
It's before that spoiler. So
that's what I'm saying. It prevents it. I'm talking about the zombie butterfly effect.
Zombies would change that.
That's another thing. You
wouldn't be there to be
you can't camp anymore.
Shocked.
You can't camp anymore.
Right, because it's too dangerous. So in order to save or fast travel, you either go to like these military controlled safe zones, or you have to basically liberate towns. Clear out the zombie infestation, and then you'll get a safe house there.
No, in my town, and it's made of zombies.
But yeah, it looks really good. I'm really looking forward.
When
to
is it out? Next week?
They aren't saying yet.
Late October.
Yeah, late October, early November.
They cannot put that shit out in November.
Yeah,
I don't want to play zombie.
My guess is it'll probably be out in time for Halloween.
Yeah,
I
I don't want to play that shit.
Tim Schafer pulled the same bullshit.
Next week it's Thanksgiving.
It's a Halloween
zombie game.
It should be out in late October.
Yes, just get your shit together.
Sound the alarm.
Super horn.
It seems like kind of a big deal. I mean, this
seems really cool.
I just thought it was going to be
the
like
coolest DLC I've seen.
Here's 5 new missions and a bunch of zombies, and it seems to be a lot more than that.
It alters the universe like the same way. Like even like I didn't love Lost in the Damned, but the fact that it altered the look of the whole city that I already knew, like it was nice to go back in for 20 hours and play a completely different landscape.
Still played those.
Yeah.
No, they're really good.
At this point,
and this is half the price of both of those.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I'm interested. We're gonna go to sleep with a little more wonderment. What's that?
No, I just said I do want to see more What If DLC.
Yeah, me too.
I'd like some What If Mass Effect DLC. I don't know what they could do.
What if they realize once they go to the Citadel that it's actually Earth? And
Whoa.
like, yeah, dude.
I'd like to see some what if
Yeah,
crossovers. Like, yeah, what if there was a Mass Effect DLC where you land on a planet covered with apes and
Yes.
you're like, oh shit.
Yes.
Well, what if Mass Effect you land on a planet and it's Dragon Age?
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
They did the Lost Planet Gears crossover. It could happen.
I can hear you rubbing yourself.
These mics are too good.
Yes, listen.
I'll accept mine,
to this.
apparently.
Listen to this.
Wow. It sounds like I'm right next to you.
You are.
Holy shit. These mics are they're gonna take some getting used to.
Y'all seen technology before? No. What am it?
Now I'm really close to it.
Oh man, I'm still far away.
I don't know from electricity.
What is this technology?
All right,
Spike.
Hey, everybody, come over here. It's really cool.
Speaking of technology, it's our ever popular community segment coming up. We're going to tell you.
I can't take all this technology.
We're going.
I'm a computer.
We're going to tell you how to
No,
make.
I'm not a computer.
We're going to tell you how to save money on video games by pre-ordering and buying stuff on sale. We're going to talk about some game deals. We're going to.
I'm going to go through the
acknowledge the communities.
fake question of the week.
But more in acknowledgement of the community. I'd like to see a little more of this. Senator Pepper. Games Radar power user. He and his
Senator Pepper, the Savannah Peppers?
The very same.
Was he re-elected last September?
I believe so.
False. Elections are in November.
On the unanimously. Unanimous like. Let it go. We're mass communicating.
Hate that soda.
His Senator Pepper and his brother's band Glamour Pet did a song all about Sonic the Hedgehog. We're going to hear that before we go on into break.
Nah, come on.
I think you can consider this segment officially
kaput.
That was there you go. There it is.
He is a Mr. Wonder Man. He's a Mr. Wonder Man. Wonder Man. Wonder Man.
He's just a flippin' hedgehog, okay?
I'm Joel McHale from Blank Blank, and you're listening to TalkRadar.
Sometimes I feel like a hedgehog, endlessly collecting rings, instead of hunting bugs and grubs and other hedgehog things. Oh, Foxy, Foxy, the spikes fall from the ceiling. They always send me reeling. They always send me reeling. The animals are trapped inside of horrid metal shells. I think that being in their world be like being in hell. Oh, Foxy, Foxy, cannot help but thinking they must have done something to deserve it. They must have done something to deserve it.
Sonic Boom!
Danita Stokes, president of HAG. It's bad enough that Sega Genesis has the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really dusts my doilies. They say he's incredibly fast. Well, what's the hurry, mister? And about his attitude. Smarty pants! Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario? Oh! Little brat!
Now, get Sonic free when you buy a Sega Genesis system at its new price of $149.99.
I'd buy that for $1.
Coming soon on video and DVD.
In the cutthroat business of podcasting, 5 men vow to make a difference. At any cost.
We know things are bad, worse than bad.
Number 1, 2. Cost Sega about $1 billion.
It's a depression.
These nerds are a threat to our way of life.
Brett Elston.
Buckle your goddamn safety belt! Oh, hell no!
Charlie Barrett.
It was my life, Charlie!
find it for $50 on eBay.
Shane Patterson.
Hey! Hey, wait! My name is Shane. Are you Jade Raymond?
Chris Antista.
Back off, Italian boys. Stay out of this. This is strictly homicides.
And Michael Raparez in this summer's biggest podcasting event.
It appears you're up against Rosgrease itself out
there. Don't be the only one in your town to miss TalkRadar.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying.
Sorry, TalkRadar 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I don't want to toot my own horn, but one of my favorite jokes from the
from
the weekend in Vegas with Charlie.
Toot your own horn, brother.
His bachelor party.
Yes.
When we were walking out, and the cleaning crew for one of those the hotel rooms was walking out, and the lady walks out and she starts counting all of us walking by, and she's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then she just stops, and I add
I remember that.
I was like, is nobody gonna do this?
I don't remember that, but I don't remember
lot.
much of anything from that weekend.
We were sober when that happened.
Yeah,
were we?
That was before we went.
You might
down.
have been.
I think that's before I went to.
Are we going to do some taste tests? Are we going to do some taste tests?
Yes,
up
the
this bitch?
taste test. Recently, before we get into the community segment, we used to do taste tests like with various other Cristal we got from EA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was
a
sort
good-
of a disaster.
Yeah, but
no, you said it tasted like a very small dog peed on a bucket of popcorn.
It did.
Cristal. It did. It had a very tangy, like jelly bean popcorn flavor.
Ugh.
That was Cristal.
That was room temperature Cristal, though. We didn't drink it the proper way.
It wasn't chisel snilled?
It was not chilled.
As Snoop would call it.
Yeah, he would.
Chisel snilled.
He'd also
we
do
drank
anything
a
for
200
$20.
bottle of champagne in the worst way possible.
So opening now,
Gay
I
us.
have.
Ooh.
I have. Let me see if I can pour it in front of this
That's
mic.
a sexy pop.
I'm going to give you a transition noise, and it's going to be Michael Jackson and Sonic.
Wow, that came in beautiful.
Some of that there.
So what are we drinking, Brett?
Wow, that comes in really well. That comes in really well,
doesn't it?
So, about a month ago, Dorito Company,
I believe they're called Yum Brands.
Yum Brand, sent us like a huge case of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Ooh, it's really annoying.
Ooh, yeah,
Mount
Halo Special Edition.
Yeah, and it was all
case
for
of
Halo
Mountain Dew and Doritos.
and it was all for Halo Reach. And they're like, here's a bunch of flavors from Mountain Dew.
Some of mine.
So this is a blue Mountain Dew, and they gave us like 19 flavors of this shit, or 3.
If it tastes worse than Windex, I'm going to be disappointed.
It does look like Windex already, but this is Mountain Dew Voltage, and is like blended
Voltage,
head to toe covered in Honor the Code Halo Reach.
It smells
Drink
like
blue
Kool-Aid.
electricity flavor.
So already, does it not smell like Kool-Aid?
It smells like
oh god,
it smells like flavored cleaner.
You know, actually, you know why it smells like Kool-Aid is because it smells like a paper cup, and that's what I always drank Kool-Aid out of.
Ah, yes, like cardboard smells like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is it blueberry?
Barely has a flavor.
It tastes like suds.
Yeah,
it's like a dishwasher fluid.
Was this left open or
It
something?
smells more than it tastes.
No, it does. It tastes like bubble stuff. Like
Well, that's the brominated vegetable oil, Tyler.
I don't know. I don't know why I would have drank that
God, it's
as
just-
a kid.
Oh, charged with raspberry, citrus flavor, and ginseng.
It's
tastes
not
like-
even gross. It just sort of is.
Yeah, I can accept
Yeah.
what it is, but it still tastes like a sweet tart that's been raped by a bottle of high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
That is a way to put it.
Suppose, technically correct.
Yeah.
I don't like this desiccating effect it's having on my mouth, though. It's sort of unpleasant.
Yeah, it is kind of
Describe it.
eating away.
Describe it, and feel free to define the word desiccating.
It's, desiccating means drying out, so it feels like it is putting my mouth through an ancient mummification process through which my mouth's
see.
brain is dissolved and pulled out through its nose. After which its organs are placed in several ceremonial jars.
Who built the pyramids in your mouth?
I have,
Nothing.
I have an
Fuck you
answer.
guys.
I have an
don't know.
answer.
Who?
Slaves. Slaves. We can
At
take
Pepperidge Farms, we make cookies the old-fashioned way, with slave labor.
slaves. Not just any slaves, black slaves. Game deals.
Do as I say, save a little money for a rainy day.
I was treated racistly this weekend. I can say that.
Racistly?
And in the words of our number,
What was it? Was it all
number 4?
Filipino Japanese party?
What are you buying?
What are you buying?
Yes, it was all Filipinos.
Vietnamese, I think.
Were they Vietnamese?
Some people were.
Definite
I
after
can't tell.
baking soda.
They
here,
all
I
look
gotta
like
say.
3 or 4 different ethnic origins to me.
It was mostly Filipino.
All right, game deals. Got a super secret exclusive deal. This is a winking at the person who sent it. Wink. Wink. Not only is there a buy 2 get 1 free going on at Toys R Us.
Yes.
Potentially.
This week it is.
The strange thing is that the Xbox Live already discounted, or Microsoft points are included in that. So you can get a very steep discount on Xbox Live points. Probably save about $15 by buying 2 and get 1 free, or something like that. Some people would know better than me. Also, I'm seeing that maybe next week, this may not have been disclosed, you get a free $10 gift card plus a free game guide, allegedly up to a $35 value when you buy Fallout New Vegas or Kirby Epic Yarn from Toys R Them. Pre-order Dead Space 2 from Amazon and get Dead Space Ignition instantly. Instantly.
Is there a thing, maybe because I've been out, is there a thing on the PS3 version you get Dead Space Extraction as well? Or is that just Ignition? And
I fucking hope so. That'd be a wonderful pre-order.
I love Extraction for Wii, and it's a game that would really benefit from a 720p.
But Ignition, isn't that just the comic booky thing with mini games?
Like I almost had to write about it, and I'm like, oh yeah,
That's the
I was on
remix
vacation. What did they announce that it was? It's a comic book.
Yeah, it's not
with
good.
like wire hacking mini games.
It's
I was
the
so
remix
fucking
edition,
disappointed.
fresh out the kitchen.
Please don't care about that.
Yick.
No.
Yick.
I can't make R. Kelly jokes.
Pre-order Assassin's Creed Brotherhood from Amazon.com, and you'll get $15 gift card and exclusive armor. Pre-order Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and get a $20 future game credit. Good shit. I cannot say enough nice things about Hot Pursuit. Played like the whole fucking thing this week. Go Gamer has Army of Two, the 40th day for $19.90. It comes out at $22 shipping. Newegg has Halo Reach for $50 with free shipping. And Kirby Epic Yarn for $42.99. Shipped. I don't know if this is still happening. The Complete Tales of Monkey Island is on Steam for $4.99.
What?
Technically less than $5.
What are you save a little money for a rainy day.
Just means that Valve is better than all of you.
Sort of, yes.
In every way.
But they can be because they don't manufacture a physical product or mail it or distribute it.
true.
So it's just a copy.
What are you selling?
What are you selling? Everything. Everything.
Army of Two.
I don't know what accent I'm doing.
40th day.
You can get the 30th day, by the way, much cheaper.
Say it again.
No, just give me the sound effect.
Come on, I want you to try it one more time.
You can get the 30th day much cheaper.
Love loves gold.
The 30th day, Tyler, that doesn't even exist.
Oh, come on now.
I'm too sexy for the 30th day. Can't you see me over here on the walking cat? I'm mixing up the lyrics
What
for
do
the
you
sake
do?
of comedy. Look at me.
What's the name of your group,
Look
sir?
at me on the dog run. I'm Nonsense Ned.
You're a
Can't
dead
make sense of any of it. I didn't bring myself much of a loop to keep this character going. Okay. Well, we can hold off the question of the week, as I don't know what the fuck happened with the question of the week this week.
I know what happened. I can summarize.
Please summarize. It was really obnoxious.
We work 1 billion hours a week and accidentally repeated a question once in 100 million years. So I cried for like a year and made a river out of those tears.
Did you start a new one? I saw that you may have started. I didn't know any of this happened.
Because it was very rude of us to make such free content and then forget.
Chris, do you have a Baby Mario sound effect?
Ooh, I used to.
But, so I jumped into the forum Saturday and was like, here's a bonus question of the week, which I don't have up.
And I honestly, I don't know what happened there, but I was disgustipated and didn't read any of them.
There's new threads and people saying like, oh, we're sorry, or whatever. But it's like, just think before you it's not complaining. Complaints about like content are
I honestly believe you own a piece of the show.
Absolutely.
Like, when I say this, I mean this sincerely.
You get to drink from the water hose.
Every week you get to drink from the water hose.
It's like a.
So you should care what's coming out of the water hose.
We're good.
No, I do believe you own a piece of the show if you listen regularly. I do believe that, and you do have a right to complain. But like, come on, like compared to everything else, like.
That's not something to latch on to.
I mean, you make fun of us. Usually, that's what happens. You make fun of us. You don't start like a near revolt and like create apology threads for people. I don't know.
So yeah,
you're all demodded.
The question of the week that was repeated was, what game are you looking forward to in 2010? Which we asked, admittedly, semi-recently. So I started a new question of the week, which was, let me just find it here. Games Radar Brett Elston. Wow, it's not even bumped up.
Why don't we do the phone calls first?
Okay.
We'll do phone calls first. Let me just.
Are they going to be creepy death threats?
I'm guessing they're ready.
I hope not. Oh, who knew?
1-877-404.
Yeah, TalkRadar has a hotline where you can call in and leave us a message, and we might play it on the air. These are selected semi-randomly.
What is it? 1-877-404.
Leet
1337 extension
Dar
or FAP 327
Leet FAP.
Also, might doesn't mean will, so be patient.
I see.
Yes. Oh, I found the bonus question. So we're good.
You want to keep going?
Let's just do the phone calls. They're ready. They're ready.
Are they ready?
I'm
not sure.
Can you play the ad?
Addison here. Aka wants a boner on the website. I'm calling to ask a question to Charlie Barrett. Oh, it's not Charlie Barrett. Brett Elston or Hank the motherfucking Tank.
Don't confuse me with them.
The issue of Spider-Man. Oh fuck! I messed up the question. What issue of Spider-Man features a homeless girl who loves Spider-Man and then dies because it features my favorite out of context page, which shows a girl riding on Spider-Man's back surrounded by a bunch of Marvel heroes, and then with a little box in the bottom that has a close to her face, like happy and crying, and it just says in the corner, and then the kidneys failed. Anyway, Chris's name, I'll make one out of Charlie's. Charlie Barrett smells like carrots.
I wanted to make the thread for sex toy story last week, where all you forum users, for some conversation we had a couple weeks ago, took pictures of your action figures fucking.
Oh my god!
And Josh, you posted pictures. Are they old pictures of?
They're somewhat old, yes.
A comic with this ring, Ivy Web.
Yes. Yes.
Craven.
That was the first.
Craven the Hunter.
Brett and me came up with that one basically whenever the first series of Marvel Legends came out, and it was a laugh riot. There were other ones that haven't actually been made yet, like When Booty Calls Galactus. Oh god, I can't even think of the other ones, but the four that I posted are pretty much the best ones.
The one of Spider-Man looking shocked, like I couldn't believe you got an action figure to emote like
well, it's because that was the point. Is those Marvel Legends were really articulated and really, just the paint job and the sculpt was always very good.
Oh, and the answer to what issue was it? It was issue 420. Next phone call.
Actually, technically, I don't know that.
Hey, TalkRadar, it's Connor, World Changer from the forums and World Changer on Xbox Live. I was just going to say I love the show.
Hi.
I was just listening to an older show, just because I ran out of shows to listen to.
Sorry.
The Inception music is just absolutely fantastic.
Thank
you. With comments. If you guys could start doing that more, that'd be great. Thanks. Love the show, guys. Stay easy.
That is one of the best.
Maybe we'll do it again.
News segments.
It's fun to yell.
I fucking laughed at that. Really good.
It's fun to yell. You guys should all try it.
But to answer the guy's previous question, Josh, do you remember what comic that is?
No, the only thing I can think of is the kid who collected Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But there was a boy.
Yeah.
So, not really sure. And I don't think his kidneys failed. I think he had cancer.
It's the sound of cancer attacking the blood cells.
248?
248? I'm saying 420. Whoever's closer wins the prize, right? Thank you.
After 420, Aunt May was dead before she was back to life.
Next phone.
Hey guys, this
Jesus.
is Jazzy one for the forums. I keep hearing you guys doing the Bond SWAT thing, so I figured I'd give it a shot and see if I can be funny, okay?
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Oh, good.
Me. I'm the greatest wrestler that
I'm in trouble because the store's looking ground. I better find
Is this the Gong Show? Should we start playing Muppet Party Cruise?
Quit shitting on this guy's moment of glory.
Somebody, Snazzy one's on here every week, and somebody sent me a complaint. Like I'm tired of Randy Savage calls because there's a lot of them.
Who isn't really? I mean,
But you know, we're not sick of yet.
Look, I don't need all this pressure on my vacation trip, but there's only one winner just
I
one way
like
to
it.
succeed, so keep me off the danger squares and roll
That
that
nine
dice
that I need.
One door's red and the other's blue. When you play the Muppets Party Cruise, it's all
Somebody, he figured it out. Like I'm like, what is wrong with this song? Why is this stupid? And it was just that everything is perfectly articulated, like the most eloquent rap song you've ever heard by a puppet. But the voice of a puppet that isn't there. Like, it just made... Oh, yeah, that's why. A disembodied puppet speaking the Queen's English over a really, really bassy rap beat. That is the problem.
I really thought it sounded like Bullet Ball. Because Bullet Ball describes exactly how the game is played, as does the Muppet Party Cruise.
Yeah.
To get a...
They made a chorus out of like a gameplay element
Yeah.
I don't even know really exists in the game, but it better be crucial. There better be blue doors and red doors.
You get the points that win a lot.
And it only matters what games you choose.
Carolyn said it reminded her of... Was it LL Cool J's I Need Love?
What? This could have been
something about the beat underneath that reminded her of that.
Ladies love
Well,
Cool
that's
J.
news. Muppet Party Cruise.
Oh, I agree.
One door's red and the other's blue. When you play the Muppets Party Cruise.
Every
I'm
time.
drinking.
I kind of want to
What are we
play
drinking?
Two Live Cruise fuck shop over that. Because, like, be careful of the things that you use because you can get arrested for sex abuse.
Two Live Cruise also rhymes with Muppet Party Cruise.
That's true.
Down at the fuck shop. Next phone
Could
call.
have never heard this song.
Hey, TalkRadar. It's forum user Mecha Morbo out walking the dog.
Perfect time to call.
Bummed because I was part of the team that was doing the 3D conversion on the next Harry Potter. As you guys probably read, that's not going to happen.
Good. No offense.
So I'm contemplating my future right now, and I was just wondering, with this film especially, I've been exposed to a lot of secrets that haven't been revealed yet. I was just wondering how you guys deal with really awesome information that you want to share with people but not spoil. How do you guys keep it contained? Do you have some kind of release valve? Thanks for picking my question. Listen on Friday.
Wait, what happened with Harry Potter? I didn't understand.
Harry Potter was being converted into 3D.
Oh,
and Warner Brothers decided it would take too long.
Oh, the old ones.
No. Part
7?
Part 7, 1, and 2.
Right, okay, yeah.
And they decided it wouldn't make release if they did that. And most, no offense, but most conversions, films that weren't shot in 3D that are converted 3D later, haven't been very successful.
They don't need that.
They don't need that.
I don't want to watch a movie like that in 3D.
I understand the 3D thing. I haven't seen anything that makes me care.
Unless it's shot in 3D, it just doesn't work. Everything looks like flat, but like there's 4 different layers of flatness.
It looks no different. Sorry to go back to this in old Disney cartoons where Walt Disney invented the 3-platform screen where there's not, you don't see depth of character.
Yeah.
You basically see a paper, 3 planes of paper.
So
who cares?
It doesn't work unless you're doing it to be hokey, like in Piranha.
Yes, which I would have loved to see.
But anyway, how do we keep in secrets?
I
that
am
we
very
know?
good with spoilers. I do not like spoiling anything for anybody. It's just part of who I am. It's been very easy for me. I don't tell anybody anything unless they ask me over and over.
Yeah.
Tyler, I've seen you. You've spoiled things for me on occasion. I don't think you care much about spoilers.
No, because I personally, because I'm not too invested in most things. I don't know. There's nothing I really want to spoil for anyone, but I'll say things because I care less than other people sometimes, and I don't realize how big a deal it is.
I care huge.
I just end up like wanting to talk. I mean, I don't know if he's talking about like we reviewed a game, we know the whole story,
And then you review a game and you don't
or if he means like we learn, Sony comes by with Resistance 3 a year before it comes out, and we know and we want to tell everyone, but we can't. I don't know if he means that way as well, like keeping that kind of information in.
Well, I mean, being able to tell each other helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to, like, when I'm really excited about a game, like, I know with Red Dead, I don't remember which podcast it was, somewhere in May, where, like, I really wanted to talk about the ending of the game, because it was so good. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, maybe didn't give enough of a acknowledge. Like,
sorry about that. TalkRadar 1 and 2?
That's it?
Yeah.
Enough of a heads up that we were about to talk. We did it, but it was like...
I ran out of the room.
It was like, spoiler blip, and it was
because
like that
I'm that crazy about spoilers. I'll never give you a spoiler.
And I don't know, I just got really excited. So sometimes it's tough for me. I'll start just talking about shit.
Well, we used to be all about the spoilers, and we kind of hated it, as I recall.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, it's like the rest of the internet's going to do that anyway. And
Yeah.
And I have a buddy who just loves to read things in advance. And
That's what I do.
Yeah, but you read the synopsis. You don't just watch the ending out
Dude,
of
my friend will
context.
read the fucking script. Will go read threads labeled spoiler to get every detail. I mean, because he cares. You do that as well?
Yes. I don't know why I do it really, but I do. I love spoiling things for people. It is the highlight of my day normally. Spoiling things.
What would you like to spoil right now?
Spoiler alert. Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
What? Yep. You don't have to
was
see
so
any
sure
of the
it was
movies
Flash
now.
Thompson.
I thought it was Andrew Garfield.
Nope.
No?
I did
All wrong.
see,
It's all Peter Parker.
Last week I did see Never Let Me Go, science fiction movie.
Yeah, that
with,
looked really good.
It's really,
don't spoil it for me.
It's
Seriously.
really depressing, and they're all aliens.
God damn it.
That's not the spoiler.
God damn it.
It's a spoil. Like, you can tell what that movie's about in the first 20 minutes.
I thought it was pretty clear about what it was about.
Well, I knew nothing going in. But, like, watching the movie, it doesn't just go, and here's what the point is. Like, it takes a second to get there.
I thought it was pretty ingenious. Like,
It's a
sort of
cool-
like The Island if it wasn't stupid.
To me, that movie is an allegory for factory farming. That's how I see that movie.
Probably,
Look how
yes.
tragic it really is.
And I told my girlfriend about it, like, oh, I read the book. It sucked. And then I
the movie has a very implausible, like, personal connection where that happens when you're like... Because Kellen was like, she leaned in at the moment the movie was over, like, fuck this movie.
and the new Peter Parker.
Yeah, but the point is that Andrew Garfield, who's the new Peter Parker, and at first I was like, who is this guy? But then watching him
He's
in that movie...
Spider-Man.
He has the build. I think he could do Peter Parker pretty well.
Oh, you see who's Mary Jane?
I saw who was Gwen Stacy, who was originally
Stacy? Is it
rumored
Gwen
to-
Stacy?
Yeah, it's Gwen Stacy.
Dude,
What's her nuts?
It was the harsh revelation I had as
What's her tits?
the
I'm
aging
sorry.
adult. Is it Emma Stone?
Stone.
Emma Stone, the first girl I've ever droolingly looked up and realized, oh my god, I'm older than she is.
Yeah.
Ugh, I feel so bad about myself. Next phone call.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Catwood from the forums. I just wanted to know if you guys had any theories as to why it seems to be pretty much impossible to make a decent Punisher game or movie, for that matter. Keep up the great work. Podcast is awesome. Later.
Isn't there one good Punisher game?
I actually really liked the 2004 or 5 one.
really like that picture you got of the guy sticking the AK-47 in the guy's throat.
Well, he sticks a flamethrower down his throat
Yeah.
and just lets it go. Like, it had interrogations in it. Like, I don't know, you have to keep these meters in between certain levels, and like you're dangling a guy over a drill, and like he's about to push the drill into his eye, but you just do it just enough to start scaring the guy to get him to talk.
Ooh, no,
and if he talks, he gives you certain information you can use to open a door later.
I have audio then.
I ought to break a broom handle off in your ass.
That's not correct.
And you get like really close to breaking it up in his ass.
But you don't.
No?
And like there's one where you're like grabbing a guy's head and hovering him over piranha, like you're in an aquarium, and you're like hovering his head over piranhas, and he's like, "Oh God, don't do it!" And you can see these fish like chattering around trying to get to his face, and then once you get the information, you can just kill them or you can let them go. Like, but you're the Punisher, and the best thing about that game is there's a one-hit kill button. You walk up to anyone and push X, immediate death, and that's how the Punisher should work. He just it's so brutal. He'll take a knife and stab it through their fucking top of their skull and then push them down, or like you kick them so hard they break in half. Like, it's so ridiculous, and it's, to me, that is as good as a Punisher game can really get.
I'm with that.
It needs a dual stick aiming. I don't remember if it actually went that far with it, but I mean, there were some problems with it for sure. Like, it wasn't a perfect game, but I think as far as all the Punisher games that have been made, I think that's the best one. You know what? How dare I answer the question?
I was saying all Punisher games were ass.
What about the Genesis one?
The Genesis one? I don't remember the Genesis one.
Was that featuring Spider-Man?
That's the Game Boy one.
Game Boy one.
I seem to remember the arcade one was okay, even if it was just another shitty Final Fight clone.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Holy crap! We have to move on. My battery's going dead.
Let's hurry.
Hey guys, it's Professor Bonk from the forums. Just calling in to let you know, good, great, amazing, brilliant job with the podcast. I've been listening since the very first one. Just have a couple quick things to say to Chris and to Michael. Chris, buddy, you really ought to stop smoking. Now, hear me out. Because if you keep smoking the way you are, you won't smell like the amazing Chris Antista pizza anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
You'll smell like a delicious cancer pizza. And let's just face it,
so much
it's really as delicious as Chris Antista. And Michael, concerning Castlevania Lords of Shadow, I have this to say. One room's red and the other's blue. The Muppets
Party Crew.
Sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
No, sir, me too.
Muppets Party Crew.
Thank you, sweetie.
Does that mean something for Castlevania? Are there red and blue doors?
Not really, no.
Would you like there to be different colored doors in
There
games
are.
that you choose?
There are different paths through the game.
Really?
Yes.
Do you make a choice between games
Party Crew.
when you play the Castlevania?
Party Cruise? I would pay so much money for the Castlevania Party Cruise game.
Castlevania.
Holy shit.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
Look what happened to Judgment. Like, basically picture that on a boat.
Yes. That's what it needed. That's what would make it tolerable.
One's in a bikini and the other's gay when you play Castlevania Party Cruise.
It doesn't rhyme.
No? Gay with Cruise?
Hello, TalkRadar. This is Bone Squaw in the forums. I was thinking of the right way to phrase this, and if you don't have one, you could use it as question for the week. I was wondering what your favorite visual style or art direction or just the general visual look. What game had your favorite visual look to it? So, thanks for being entertaining.
Visual look.
Well, I can say Kirby's Epic Yarn looks really nice.
Audio look.
I do like it when someone grabs a motif and just kind of sticks to it.
Yeah.
I remember we said Mirror's Edge. Did that very well?
I like the starkness of the colors.
I mean, it wasn't something I was drawn to, but I like that the whole game stuck with that.
To me, good art direction the style isn't that important. It's choosing a theme and really going with it and having that theme complement the game.
Yes.
You know, like BioShock, beautiful, and you know, like you said, Mirror's Edge, beautiful because they chose a theme which was that really stark, minimalist buildings, and it worked.
For me, it was Vanquish.
Vanquish, really?
Vanquish is my most recent one for that because it's just like I was thinking about it today, and there's a line that I may or may not include in my review where it's like, if you could illustrate the phrase "fuck yeah," it would look like this.
Yeah,
it's just everything's really bright and huge and colorful and awesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit stark like Mirror's Edge. I could see a Mirror's Edge 2 on the same engine.
It's a little bit stark, but there's
a
a very high level of detail.
Yeah.
Sorry about that noise, but we're working on a couple kinks, and it's going to stick around for a while.
Lots of explosions.
Lots of explosions.
Awesome.
I usually like when they
bullets flying everywhere.
In Shattered Dimensions, the Amazing Universe has that slightly cell-shaded look. I typically like that, and I like things like
you know what? I do like cell
I liked Borderlands look was really cool.
Yes.
Their revised look.
But we were looking at the new Naruto game, and it reached that weird uncanny valley of animation where you can't tell where the game starts and the cartoon ends or something like that. Like it's
That's the holy grail of the 80s right there.
Yeah,
achieved.
a playable cartoon.
Sort of, yeah, a playable cartoon. And
El Shaddai looks cool.
Have you seen that Studio Ghibli fucking cartoon of their new animated film in a game? Like, it looks wow.
They're making a DS game, aren't they?
And I was talking to somebody about it. Just the Simpsons movie came out the same time the game did, and the game has moments where cinematically in scope it surpasses the film because they're able to play around with the 3D format and computer graphics a little more, and there's Simpsons about traditional animation. So that's what's weird. That's what's weird about the new Naruto game. It looks like the fucking cartoon, only made oddly better in a way I wouldn't call better, because clearly your affection was with the cartoon.
Yeah. I mean, even like DBZ Burst Limit did that a little bit too.
They've been doing it more and more lately. It's very weird to see us get to that point. Did I play this one?
Hey guys, this is Token Girl SPSU from the forum.
A girl!
I'm super sick. I shouldn't be calling you. I should be in bed, but instead I'm playing video games. So the question here goes, what games did you play when you were super sick? that we were able to comprehend. So I remember playing Cool Spot, and I can say I really remember beating it, but apparently I did. Thanks for the lovely podcast, guys. Bye!
Token Lady, the point of Cool Spot was to get you to buy 7-Up.
My friend and I were talking about, because today I beat Pluck. I just want to say,
what was the question? I didn't hear it.
Wait,
What game did you
couldn't make it out.
play while you were sick and couldn't understand?
Oh. So today I beat Pluck, right?
Cheater.
I had to use an emulator and save states because that game, as I found out, because apparently I only ever got through half of it with a regular game.
God, the soundboard is taking issue
Shut
with
those
this.
kids up.
All right.
Back to the grinder.
They're gone.
They're all going to be meat now. The game is fucking impossible. There's no way you can beat Pluck. No way without cheating. Impossible. I dare you to try. Anyone. Challenge open. No fucking save states.
Our
Nobody.
users are good people, and I guarantee no one will take you up on it.
Okay, good.
Brett Elston is right.
It's too fucking hard. But while we're talking about like how the license games used to be really good because that was with the A teams, and that was the target audience was younger kids. So the Capcom would put its best team on DuckTales and Rescue Rangers. But even Cool Spot, which wasn't just a licensed game, fucking advertising game, and Cool Spot was still a pretty good game.
It's a pretty good game. I played it a lot.
I played it a lot. Like it's kind of cheap.
I didn't have it, and I would walk into my friend's house. I had friends. My parents were friends with their parents, and we go over there a lot. And it's like, hey, everybody, hey, get the fuck out of my way and let's turn on Cool Spot. Not having any of this.
I just recently found it.
Cool Spot?
It was one of the NES games I didn't have.
Are you kidding?
I
have all these.
Isn't it a puzzle game on NES?
I didn't bother putting it in.
Let me know your checklist. I have about 400 NES games.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, Brett, you fucking...
Me?
And you're welcome. You're welcome.
No, I asked
to
him, and he
anything.
told me that he didn't have any games.
Okay.
Me? Oh, I don't have them here.
That's what I asked. I asked if you had them.
I got
Period.
really Kermit there. For
You
a
might be
second. I
getting
have them
some dupes.
One cartridge red and the other's blue.
Not an NES, but nobody cares.
When you buy your games from Hong Kong.
Called Masters.
As I stroll around the dick.
As I stroll around the dick. I twirl around it like a salsa dancer, sizing it up.
I remember, as far as the question goes, I remember talking at some point about being really sick, playing Power Pad, and faking that I wasn't sick, but I've never been so sick I was delirious trying to beat a game.
I think I faked sick to play Super Metroid. But I was faking.
I was
so-
sick, and I played Mass Effect 1 recently, and I'd never passed out. Because I should have been playing and had to hold my head up, and I just wake up, and I wake up, and then I look at the TV, and I say, where the fuck am I? Where the fuck am I? Yeah. And it turns out it was a Citadel.
I was gonna say,
it was a
the
Citadel.
first 3 hours, you're
it
on
was
the
a
Citadel.
One time I was so sick I thought I was playing a game, but really wasn't.
Really?
Because I was, yes, I was in the hospital.
You had the... Oh, no, what happened?
I had a piece of steak lodged in my throat that they had to push down
Oh,
with a
yes.
tube.
So you were hallucinating?
They had to put me under.
What?
And the drug, yeah. because-
Under steak?
Yes. I mean, it was lodged in there, and I just kept... if I tried to drink something, I'd vomit
Ejaculating.
it up. I would ejaculate and then vomit it up. It was a very messy trip to the hospital.
Independent problems.
Yeah, I know. I mean, one's a problem, one isn't really.
It looked like a pile of fucking raw meat and hollandaise sauce.
That's right.
That is an odd
gurney
fetish.
down the hall.
But they had to feed a tube down my throat to push the steak down into my stomach because it was just lodged in.
Really?
Yeah, and they put a mask on me or something, or fed an IV into me, and I'm sitting there, and then I started telling the nurse about picking fruit in Animal Crossing. And like the curtains around me started moving up and down, and I thought, I'm in my Animal Crossing, and then I was out. And then I woke up and said something about picking fruit. I don't know.
Wow. I think I had a fever dream. It was like one dream I remember from being a kid that was like the only video game dream I had where I was in a game. But it doesn't really make sense. It was just I was collecting cherries because that was the power-up of
So was
the
Charlie.
time of the 80s.
He's only got one.
That's
Not
going to
much-
make sense to no one but us.
Gotta catch them all, and he did.
It's not much of a collection. He's only got
He's
one.
missing one white trash girl in Georgia.
I just remember getting to the final boss, and I was going to beat him. Because, like, you know, Dream Me is fucking awesome. Always. But I woke up. I woke up right as the final boss was about to get its ass kicked by me. And it was the only video game dream I've ever had. But I had a horrible fever, and that was the same time when I told my mom I wanted to play Super Metroid. And she told me, if you're well enough to play Super Metroid, you're well enough to go to school. That's not true.
I had one of those moms.
That's not true. I can sit in a chair and play my games. And
Look, if you're well enough
sick.
to sit in a chair at home, you're well enough to ride a bus to school, hang out with a bunch of mutant kids, sit in several different chairs all day long, do a bunch of
That's not
desk
true
work.
at all. Damn
Run
it.
between classes, get stuffed into a locker.
Damn it, Mom, I'm still bitter. I wanted to play Super Metroid. I had a dream about video games.
Question of the week? I haven't
Question of the
answered
week?
yet.
TalkRadar, it's
King's
Griff.
Quest 5.
Quick, you know.
Oh, sorry, Michael. Go ahead.
Yeah, King's Quest 5, and not because I was delirious, just because you can't fucking understand that game without a walkthrough. Although there was, during the 24-hour marathon, it got to a point like maybe around 6 or 7 a.m., and I apologize to everybody I was playing Call of Duty with.
The dude.
Because I just got to the point where it's like I just kept kind of fading in and out and didn't really understand the objectives or what I was supposed to do, and I got to I just got really jumpy and started gunning down anything that appeared in front of me, which 9 times out of 10 was a teammate.
That's what I
just like show up at
I
the
could
spawn
say-
point and sit there for a second, and it was like
I could say
three
that
guys suddenly die.
When I was sleepy with Delirium and we were playing just Gears of War 2 Horde mode, and something snapped at me and like, it's 7 in the morning, you're tired, and I'm like, I don't get this, I don't get what I don't want to do this
You left
anymore.
in the middle of a
and
game.
I just put down the controller and went to go sleep.
I remember that
Because there were people tweeting like, "Where'd Chris go?" And I come on the.
I'm hosting the fucking match, and I just left to sleep.
I walk over to your desk and I'm like, his headset's still sitting there. And I come on, I'm like, "Hello?" And they're like, "Oh my God, where is Chris?"
See, I wandered in circles like a brave man until somebody was around to relieve me.
All right, we do need to move on.
Next phone call.
Hello, Talk Radar.
Oh,
This
my
is
God.
Jake, aka One Winged Antista. I just had to say, I called in Talk Radar 115 and bitched about Scott Pilgrim. I just read all the graphic novels, and they were okay.
Yay!
I still don't see where all the hype is coming from, but it was kind of cool. Just thought you'd like to know that I actually did read it, and I still don't like it that much. It was alright, though. Alright, thanks. Bye.
Cool story.
Nobody cares because Muppet Party Cruise is on.
Up on the display.
Scott Pilgrim, that was weeks ago, dude. What the fuck?
You guys gave an 8 out of 10 to Metal Madness, and Halo Reach. How can I trust your reviews?
How does he keep up with the news like
Muppet
that?
Party Cruise.
Oh, hey, it's Lobster from the forums, and I was just calling to ask, number one, what happened to Trailer Trash Theater? And it hasn't posted for a while.
Shut up.
It hasn't been. Second,
No,
also,
it's been posting
you guys
every
should
week.
Get behind that.
Hey, shut up.
You don't know what that is. It's like basically like a community, like a TalkRadar community play date created by
I would like to do
well,
more
my
of
PS3
those.
from
We will
before.
see. There's like one little piece of the puzzle that has to fall together to get all those to happen. Little bits.
Not having anyone on vacation or a company.
Not having anybody on
or-
vacation. Not taking like 45 minutes to post 2 paragraphs. That'd be great.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
I would love to. I would love to play like once a week.
Yeah,
honestly,
exactly.
I just don't. It's just
In my
fucking
opinion, we
time.
should play like if there's any beta multiplayer demo, we should be online playing that with you every week.
I totally
that should
agree.
that should be a part of our jobs. But it's not that feasible at the moment.
As for Trailer Trash, we're getting a new video player.
Oh, you can say it.
Yeah, we can say it. We're getting a new video
Yeah.
player, and it's the one we have now. It's not great. It's crap.
It's worse than great.
Yeah, it is worse than
it's
great.
the worst thing that ever played a moving picture.
Mhm.
And there you go.
Yeah.
If I may be so bold, but
If you
we're-
may be, then I definitely will.
And I
Holy
saw
shit,
things
dude.
in smell-o-vision.
Oh.
So we're getting a new
Anybody?
one, and basically when that comes back, we'll reevaluate Trailer Trash.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to do it. It was fun, but it's like it's really a pain in the ass to watch that video player that doesn't load the video
Yeah,
or
you
loads
can't
black
do.
with no picture
And,
and the audio
Lizzie
plays.
is really busy.
Farm billin'.
Farm.
That's what we call
she's
it.
a farm.
Yeah, go
villain.
check out Farmville Post.
Yeah, Farmville Post.
Farmville Post. That's what
Post.com.
Lizzie's doing now.
Mhm.
She's still with Radar, but she also operates Farmville Post. So if you play Farmville at all or know anyone that does, tell them to go comment on stories
You
so Lizzie
loser.
can.
I mean,
odds are you do.
fantastic.
Yeah, so Lizzie can eat dinner
Yum.
She's hungry.
and have more house parties that we can crash.
That's true. Every 10 comments, she gets a meal.
That's true.
the deal.
That is how it works.
Talk Radar! Toronto, Canada representing.
What?
Now, it's got a little beef for you
Kind of
guys.
mountaintop?
Hey,
you make fun of Canadians way too much. And B, it's pronounced Toronto, not Toronto.
Toronto?
When do we say Toronto?
I don't know. I couldn't hear you through
Toronto.
your fucking walrus blubber.
I heard
you fucking
frostbat.
Yes,
I heard him say-
glorious Canuck.
I heard
You
him
have
say-
no idea what it's like to be in. No offense, Tyler, but
Toronto.
Yes, Toronto.
I think we say Toronto. And he says Turnto.
Toronto.
Turncoat.
Toronto.
Traitor.
Toronto.
It's Tonto.
So it's
Yeah, you
Traitor
know what?
Canada.
Shake
Yes.
off the shackles of your British rule, motherfucker. It's about time. Get that queen off your money
Whatever,
and start
man.
living like a human being.
Oh,
you
come
are a
on.
North American. I'm tired of this.
You won't
I
be
am
laughing.
Glenn Beck.
You won't be laughing when I get knighted, bitch.
That's right. I hope we get beat up by a newfie. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Ah!
I don't care. I'm fucking
No,
crazy. I'm
dude,
crazy.
We don't like the
Somebody
newfies
take
either.
this
It's
show
cool.
away from me.
What's a newfie? I'm not familiar with
Someone
that.
from Newfoundland.
Oh, right.
They have funny accents.
Excuse me, Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
No, it's Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, because anybody darker than your fucking beige walls
Not
doesn't count,
Toronto.
even if they were there first. You stupid Canucks. Why don't you go have a fuck? Let's settle this with a snowball fight, and we'd still win. And I'm from Florida. So,
Nah,
It's
dude.
true. He's never seen snow before.
that's right. I don't know what snow is.
Well,
No idea. It's, you're living underneath a giant urinal cake. and
We
you don't even know it.
Canadians have 3 words for it.
You do?
Snow.
3 words for
but
urinal
no
cake?
word for friend.
That is true.
That's true. And they have -2 words for pride because you're Canadian.
No.
Because
if
kids in the
anything,
hall-
we should have twice as many words because we have 2 national languages. Right?
Yeah, one's based on fucking European culture. Why don't you throw off that Anglo shit, man? Build something of your own. All I've seen is fucking circular bacon. That's
well,
ridiculous.
we built-
You've had hundreds of years, and that's all you've come up with.
We built the CN
All you can
Tower.
do is be good at hockey because
really big
because it's only
tower.
popular there, and you don't have black people. It's ridiculous.
No, there's a black
I'm tired
guy.
of this Canadian shit.
There's a black guy. I saw him.
Where?
He's on a hockey team.
Where?
He was on the Oilers.
It was at a statue because that was probably a white person you were memorializing.
Oh, it wasn't a bronze statue. He was real.
No, it wasn't. It was some guy with a last name with a name that ended in Umiye. And the thing was, he swung a stick so hard. I don't have anything bad to say about Canada.
it?
He swung it so hard.
You should.
I couldn't think.
You should try our Smarties. They're a lot better than your Smarties.
Smart.
Most
And-
Smarties
What
are
are you-
better
what
than
are you-
our Smarties.
and
What are you talking about? Our Halloween candy? Because then the gloves are fucking off. You're talking about fucking whatever the hell your shit.
Your Smarties are like little tart things. Our Smarties are like M&Ms.
No. There's a reason why
Or
it's called
better.
high fructose corn syrup. We have M&Ms. You have shit that's made out of maple leaf.
For some reason, we have President's Choice.
You find it
cookies,
odd?
even though we don't have a
You find it
president.
odd the symbol on your flag?
They're really good.
The only good thing the symbol on your flag was used for to cover Adam's dick. Like, fucking Canadian.
You know what we
Where's this
do
coming from?
when the snows?
know.
When there's a fresh snow on the ground, we take it. We put some maple syrup in it.
I do. That's nature telling you it's a fresh start, trying to start a clean slate over your fucking country.
We put some maple syrup in the fresh snow and we
It
eat
is.
it.
I want to go up there with America and draw on it with oil.
Well, fine.
Mean-spirited man.
Fine, fuck you. We have the better view of Niagara Falls, alright?
All right. Sorry.
And we won the War of 1812. Suck it!
Oh, I'm done. I don't know where that came from. I really like Canada and all Canadians.
Who doesn't?
Do you?
I do. I really do. I would love to live in Canada.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. I know that sounds insincere after
No,
everything I just
I'm
said.
with you. It's fun to make fun of, but
I will say, I was upset Canada was not included as a civilization playable in Civilization 5.
Because what would you play with? Who'd your general be? William Shatner?
Yes.
You unlock the ice skating beavers? And that
He is
that
out here.
be your ultimate
Shut up
class.
about the Olympics.
I know,
that
I'm
didn't
sorry.
happen.
Watch. I know we talked about it before. Watching
highest-
him watch the Olympics was Tyler getting livid.
Oh
like,
my
fuck.
God.
Really?
William Shatner and then inflatable fucking beavers. Like,
Get Louis Riel to lead your
I
civilization.
mean, the highest ethnic group is moose.
God damn it. It's
I know
like
a Canada.
Why do they have a checkbox?
It's
on
like
the voting
Michael
card?
Bublé is not a Canadian hero. Get that
Bublé.
fucker.
That sounds That sounds like a sound effects
Buble.
splash in the French version of Batman.
Batman?
I know. I ruined it.
By the way, it's 10:30.
You see,
so
wham, pow, buble.
if you want to move on, it's 10:30.
Totally worked. What's the question?
Let's
of the week,
get to the
Elston?
Canadian of the week, Tyler Wilde.
Maybe the week is
Question of
Tyler
the
Wilde.
week next.
We love Canada.
I love Canada.
Last week's question of the week, as we discussed briefly, was a repeat. So the new question of the week just
Eat
was
shit.
what?
No.
The one that I
Yeah, we
caved
can
on.
eat shit.
And
Huh?
rather
Huh?
just tried to extend the fucking olive branch and still got yelled at.
Eat
So
shit, everybody.
thanks everybody.
Fuck you, Turbo.
No.
No.
Eat a
Nice
bag of
to
frozen
our fans.
Canadian dicks.
Frozen. What? The
Please
question.
not mine.
Frozen
The
Canadian
question of the week.
Which you pop them out of a tray like ice cubes. And slowly suck them all.
Dick tray.
Dick tray
Oh,
of
shit.
Dick cubes.
Dick Tracy.
Dick
What? I'm literally just saying.
That's
words.
what you call evidence to Turbo's mouth. I can Dick Tracy it back to his face. Turbo. You.
What's the question of the
question
week, Brett?
was
Sorry.
the bonus question of the week was what are you playing right now?
Enslaved, motherfucker.
Yeah, enslaved.
Medal of Honor.
Humor Tumor said, I'm just going to go through the list real quick. Demon Souls, Johnny Maverick is deciding whether to play Penumbra or Bioshock 2.
That's weird.
A little late.
What's Penumbra? Cleanser
Penumbra?
247, he's playing Bioshock 2's multiplayer. Asher is playing... He might replay Arkham Asylum. Man, you people with you mites, I need things you're already playing. Tarek is playing an ass load of Reach. Lots is playing a lot of Reach. Jay Barasco is still playing a PS2.
Wow.
And I don't want to make a joke. Waiting to play Beyond Good and Evil HD. Sabasan just finished Enslaved. El Fangor is playing Pokemon Silver Advance Wars 2 in the GBA one. Turbo is playing Left 4 Dead The Passing and posting comments. Black Elements. Dead Rising 2. Deciding, like many of us, whether to play Castlevania or Enslaved. Skipping ahead to page 5. Because we got a... Tater Boob just beat Lords of Shadow. Cracker 33 is playing Mafia 2. Didn't you meet Cracker 33?
Yeah, he was in here today. Actually, John Tracy bought us the beer we're drinking.
Oh, nice.
Right now.
Wow.
That was nice of him.
Mm-hmm. Or is it from Michael, some place you're from? Oregon? Medford?
Apparently it's from Medford, Oregon, where I spent like a year and a half.
And then Chris Antista's Marvelous Mechanical Molestorium.
It's a molesтрavaganza.
Is playing Civ 5 and Dwarf Fortress.
Playing
Fortress.
Civ 5.
Fuck is Dwarf Fortress?
And
I
I
don't
played
know.
Dwarf
Things about
Fortress.
Alright, moving through the list. Fistful of Pelicans playing L4D2. Lobster Hunt's halfway through Assassin's Creed 2. El Pork, Mass Effect 2, Shadow Broker DLC, which is really good. Mexicuser is playing Reach and BlazBlue Continuum Shift. Fight Then Brother Panda's playing Drill Dozer, which I think I reviewed. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's really good.
Batman 5273 is Dead Rising 2. Chris Antista, I can't read the whole name, but it's a banana, so I'm sure the avatar's a banana, so I'm assuming it's a dick joke. He's playing Spore.
Oh, I am
Finished Turska 87 is playing Lords of Shadow. $5 for Logs playing BlazBlue. One Shot Finch, Enslaved or Dead Rising 2. Ramen Dragon, Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead 2, Team Fortress 2. A lot of people playing a lot of different things. I mean, as game journalists, we always end up having to play like something very recent.
Mhm.
We barely have time to go back to anything that's more than a month old.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of
This is
interesting
for an
to see.
assignment.
What the
Sorry.
fuck was that?
It was about titties and butt.
Phazon's playing Angry Birds.
Angry Birds.
On the iPhone.
Or
My
pad.
goodness.
Crabhand's playing Chrono Trigger on the DS. And moving on.
I have to mention that with Sonic, that they were delisting all the old Sonic games.
Yeah, they're getting they're taking them off the shelf.
Makes perfect sense. He's like, we don't want all this crap taking up space
What I don't
when we're
get is
trying to
when
sell a good product.
Sega's like delisting all these Sonic games, and they named Sonic Rush as
They
one of the
did.
bad ones, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding? That's the
think-
first one in like 6 years I liked.
think because that's the one. It's present everywhere.
Yeah, it's a great game. Sonic
It's like-
Rush is good.
That's like the only one they have at Costco. They have Rush.
Patriot Fan is playing Reach and Civilization 5. Cleanser 247, I think I already said him. Lava Lamp is playing Out of This World for the Super Nintendo.
Wow!
Nice.
That's a good game. And then
Fantastic.
the Elephant Manchurian Candidate playing Mother 3 translation for GBA.
Wow. Good for
Oh,
you.
yeah. So the new question of the
Better
week.
man than me.
The new question of the week. I did dip into the question 118, which is from a while ago from TalkRadar 118. Which what should next week's question of the week
Make
be?
a thread about a turbo. Just do it in general. Ugh.
So there's a whole thread of potential questions, and a lot of them I just don't feel work for the podcast. There are good questions that anyone could answer at any time, but just for the to get good stories out of that we could tell on air. But I found one from oh dear, where did it go? Oh god, I'm scrolling. Humor Tumor. He said, and he posted this on September 11th, so never forget. Don't even laugh.
I'm not.
All right,
because I remembered
not to laugh.
How could we forget?
From Humor Tumor, and he said, "What video game character are you most embarrassed about having a sexual attraction to?" And I honestly couldn't think of one that I was embarrassed. That I was like, "Ooh, I jerk off in silence to that," but I couldn't think of one. So I thought, what maybe be kind of up that alley is what's the most recent game character you've had a sexual attraction to? Because that's kind of embarrassing. Because that means it was recent. So if you maybe thought about this character while you were twiddling or yanking or whatever it was you were doing.
I never said that I did that, but I might have. Trip from Enslaved.
I was going to say that too.
Fully motion captured, realized woman, and like, I don't know, like I don't feel bad about it in that, like, yeah, she's a real woman. And then later in the game, like, she's just a teenager. I'm like, whoops. Wow, that's even bad.
Is it gay?
Wow.
Is it gay if I find her sexy while watching you play the game? Is there is there anything bad about that?
No, because
is that okay?
Only I can walk around. We make a good threesome, is what.
Okay.
I'm so glad my girlfriend just moved in.
Good times.
That is very embarrassing, by the way, having a girl in the house now. Jeez,
it's a small price to pay to be a part of that rotation.
I get up in the morning and I throw on a Modern Warfare 2 bathrobe with my hair sticking out. Walk into the kitchen and she's there wearing a dress, making breakfast. What the fuck? What?
Yeah, the robe's open and he's wearing nothing but an erection and Christmas ornaments.
What is going on? Who are you? And I look like I always look like a slob, but now there's someone to see it. It's like if a tree falls in the forest, I'm
getting used to it.
Yeah,
I don't. Well, dude, if I wake up at like 3 in the morning, I'm not showered. I just want to smoke and work fast, and now I have to. Don't tell her I said that, people. Fuck, I can't say anything because you assholes rat me out to my girlfriend on Twitter. What the fuck,
You're gonna have to edit
people?
this out. Get off Twitter.
TalkRadar quotes on Twitter. Why are you tweeting? Don't tell my girlfriend anything that I say.
Like what did you say, Chris?
I don't know. I said so. I called her a fat pig, which was funny to you guys because my girlfriend cannot gain an ounce.
No, she's not a fat pig at all.
Is skinny as shit,
and you know that.
And you guys thought that's just cruel. I mean, of course, whatever. My girlfriend's.
It's funny
when I'm telling, like,
when
when I'm on the show, you're whoever I need you to be to make a funny joke. So
Right.
shut up. Like, you don't listen to the show. You're not the audience. I don't care about you.
Chris
when it comes to
Antista
the show.
told his girlfriend to shut up.
Oh my god!
I didn't. That was
scandal
That was
here.
What a chauvinist pig.
That was male anecdote punctuation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I got it. I got it.
I never told her to shut up.
Look, I'm just saying, you're in trouble.
I'm probably in trouble.
You are now.
Perpetually.
Probably in
Perpetually,
trouble.
Just for having said
And we'll
this.
do our best to keep it that way.
But don't keep
You're
it that
welcome.
way. I swear to God, I'll cut that bitch's head off and fucking throat before I go to jail.
And we're the ones to blame.
That
Here,
should've-
Jesus Christ. Where did jail come into this?
Because that's what happens when you cut someone's head off or you fuck someone's throat.
Oh, dogs.
One or the other. If you do both, you get off.
I'm
moving out.
Point. Either way, I win.
Scot-free and metaphor.
Scot-free, and I came.
Innuendo.
Fun.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Yeah, this is embarrassing on several levels.
Yeah, see, it works. You
I
got
just-
to answer truthfully in the
I
forums.
I just interviewed. I just got finished reviewing Sims 3 for OXM. Here's the thing, Sims. Whenever I make a
they are
female
kinda
character,
cute.
I always tend to make characters I'm attracted to. So I end up making these hot indie girls with glasses, and then I just get obsessed with making them make out with chicks. So
It's
it's
kinda
kind
hard
of
not to.
embarrassing.
So,
yeah.
did you really review Sims 3 or did you reviewed the makeout button?
I can do both.
Did you download
review
the nude patch?
How many tadpoles did you give it? I'm guessing 4 million.
Roughly that, yes.
I think thinking of the most recent thing, I guess probably Lightning in FF13 because they spent so much time on her face to make her look really pretty, and her hair is this weird pink that looks like she did a shitty dye job. Because it's not hot pink like Oolala, it's like a real girl tried to dye her hair pink and fucked up, and then got caught in a fight in the middle of it.
I don't remember where this came. Keep going. Sorry.
But also, I'm a huge fan of asses, and
Well, who isn't, Brett?
And Japanese characters, like Japanese developers usually don't give girls big
No.
ass. They never do.
No, it's all about a big boobie and big eyes.
Yeah, so I keep like repeatedly trying, like, please, there's got to be an angle where I can see Lightning's ass in the skirt. That lasted out of my house for 6 weeks trying to play Final Fantasy 13.
You pointed out to me we were a little drinky, but we were at PAX and we saw a Lightning cosplayer.
Yeah, she was
and we were
really
talking
hot.
about, like, why is she so hot? And like you and I both sat there and like, this is why Lightning's hot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
forgot we talked about it.
I agree. I agree.
That was the most recent thing I could. And Trip as well, just because she's like, there's ads on her site, and she's always hugging the border of my monitor for the last week.
And she actually has a facial expression, which most games,
Yeah.
even on our site,
Yeah.
which you can see, and it's an ad. Love it if you click on it. Sexy robot armor really
the sexy
dignifies
robot
her.
Trip.
Mine's not that recent, but it is embarrassing because I feel like no one else liked this character, and also she's asexual. I liked Liara from Mass Effect.
Oh yeah. Oh well, in that case,
the
I
blue
would throw
girl.
Squidhead.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say the tranny from Nier.
No, no,
Looks like
that's not it. No, I liked.
no.
I
He
liked her.
meant clearly the Avatar pocket pussy. He wanted.
And that, I mean, on
she's
that,
not really female, but she's not really
Right.
anything, and she's cute.
basically female, so they can get away with
Yeah,
doing a gay
yeah.
scene.
Did
She
you
has
know that
boobs.
the Avatar pocket pussy cost $300 of $1 million to make?
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, on that note, I would add Tally to that from Mass Effect.
I'm sure it
even
was
though
a
you
joke.
never see her
Yeah.
face and never see anything
No,
but a
I liked
suit.
her, but I felt like she was a little
fuck
bit.
her in her filter.
I want to fuck that suit so much.
Jesus, you just want to wear it.
I felt like she was snarky. Like I didn't really.
He wants to wear it on his
like
dick.
Tali that much.
That's right.
Actually, no.
You want to do cartwheels and shoot MP5s.
Why would you want to have sex
be
with a vacuum cleaner?
Actually, that suit, it's
a
almost
pretty hot vacuum.
It's
cleaner,
almost
Tyler.
too
That's
cute.
true.
Tally's almost too cute to fuck. I want to have a nice dinner and take her out and be very nice to her.
What are you gonna like caress her helmet?
And then I'm going to have sex with her.
What, are you going to ejaculate over dessert?
Very classy. Not up here, I'm not.
I don't think she's that
Up
cute.
here,
Her
up here
personality
there are no
annoying.
filters.
Lace curtains, silk bed sheets.
You know what I want to do though?
Under
is
the nicest bridge in town.
In short, he's going to come
You wanna do
inside
that.
her brain.
You want to do that? That's what you want to do to Tally, but to Ashley, you just want to grab her and fuck her brains out
Oh, who cares?
because she's a bitch.
She's an eyeliner, poorly
Just wanna
eyeliner.
grab
You just
her
want to slap
and
her.
shake her by the shoulders and scream, "Stop being Michelle Rodriguez!"
Man.
That is what you want to do.
Yeah. Were you jealous, Cholo?
But I like the Asari. What can I say?
You let me get Cholo in.
And please, some of the girl listeners chime in and be just as shitty about this as we
Yes,
are.
please.
Yes, please.
Token girl, we're looking at you.
Please be grosser
Joshua,
than I just have.
Joshua, tell us something embarrassing.
Well, I
Please
guess
do.
most recently when I walked in this room and saw that Tomb Raider poster over there.
Oh yeah.
It is pretty attractive.
I like the titties. That's you
What
know.
about
But
the
let's-
really serious part?
Well, I can't see that from here.
She does. have a
Otherwise,
nice- what about One Chambra right there?
Yeah, I do look at.
She is attractive.
I do find myself staring at those when I'm in here waiting for shit to load while capturing videos.
Yeah,
those
it's just a
posters are
pleasing
nice.
thing to look at.
Yeah.
I'll be
Otherwise,
sad
I
to
don't
see
really
them
have
go
anything
once we get
recent.
soundproofing.
Maybe
No?
maybe the custom character I made in Rock Band because I made her hot.
Really?
How I like.
Did she have short hair?
Yes, she did.
Oh my god! Did she have a wristband?
No.
Oh, that sounds really
No,
sexy.
she didn't. But she is goth chick.
I would do.
She's goth chick. I like a good goth chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Also, really liked Shanoa from Order of Ecclesia.
I
true.
also like a good goth
As long as we're
paraplegic.
looking around the room at posters.
Yeah, the posters
goth
in the room. Well, I do like
Yes.
Chrono Trigger.
I like
I like
Flash Lady.
I like exploding Golden Gate Bridge and fracture poster.
That is hot.
I am attracted
Oh, I
to.
didn't even see that one.
You know what else is sexy?
Oh God, you know.
City of Villains.
I like.
You know what was the most embarrassing
Oh,
was
man.
I am very
You just
attracted
know some
to
sex is about to happen in that poster.
Samus Aran.
I was going to say that,
it was the.
but I
it-
didn't.
It
No?
was the
Because-
elf.
That particular art of Samus from Smash Brothers is very distracting.
Smash.
It was very
Oh, the
hot.
zero
It's
suit.
like I'm going to turn it at an angle so my ass and boobs are hanging out of the skin tight
exactly.
suit.
Isn't that
It's kind
great
of-
though?
It's,
But
it's like the Liefeld Captain America.
that's
It really is.
That's
Yeah.
07, and look at Pitt up there.
Yeah.
And it's the same way he looks in the new game.
Yeah, they invented a new pit for Smash Brothers.
I
And
know,
everyone was like, "There's no way he's not having his own game," because they would not completely redesign
But it's like how
character.
people freak out when they see like every Pixar movie contains the new Pixar character hidden.
Oh.
If you're looking up, the house rises. There's a little girl's room. She looks through a window, and you can see lots of love in the left hand corner.
What's Lots of Love? Oh, the bear from Toy
Lotso,
Story 3.
the
Okay,
purple
got it.
bear, and
Right.
he's just lying there, and no one really noticed.
So what's in Toy Story 3?
I don't know. Like usually people don't know because it's just wait. Like you have to wait till it comes to DVD.
Wait,
and
was
somebody
Wally?
has to
What
tell
was
you.
Wally in? What was before? Wally hidden in Ratatouille?
I don't know, but like like since they're computer models, like I
Right.
think their thing is to hide the Toyota pizza truck. It's in every movie. Period.
Right.
Like you can see it everywhere.
Oh, really?
If you look in Ratatouille, like they pan and there's like this nice bridge scene and
Mm.
a bunch of French cars and those are the
Space
rocket,
pizza truck.
The rocket
Wow,
pizza
interesting.
Truck.
So that's
All
the
right.
question of the week.
That is the question of the week.
Go to
We should go. It's fucking long.
GamesCenter.com/forums. Embarrassing or most recent character you've been sexually attracted to.
Give it a
Please,
listen.
some of the girls make up for our shitty behavior.
I honestly feel you can give
EverQuest
this one a
box art
friends.
elf. Oh man, she was so hot.
Dude, that bitch was so blue. Up
Oh,
top.
she
Up
was
top.
not blue.
She was, I know which one you're talking about.
You
'cause
know which
every
one I'm
booth
talking
babe
about.
dressed as her at E3
Yes.
that year.
All right,
pretty
we're
hot.
gonna get out of
Blonde,
here. Does anybody have an
cute.
ending song they want to go out on? Because
I do.
Josh had one.
Joshua, our
Not
special
only that,
guest.
but I also have presents for you and
You do?
Michael.
Really?
I don't have anything for Tyler because I didn't know he was going to be here. Thanks, Brett.
You didn't know I'm
Canadian.
And
I didn't know either.
And I don't have anything for Brett because he didn't reply to me fast enough.
Yeah, I didn't. I got the text message.
And after hearing the information,
Oh, he's got his bag ready.
I got
Oh
my
my God.
bag ready. It's a messenger bag for both.
Did I reply to you about something I wanted?
No, I asked you
No.
a question and asked if you had any NES games, and you said no.
But no.
But
So-
you apparently meant here.
Yeah, so you're going to get some duplicates. First of all, Michael.
But I don't have boxes.
Well, I don't have boxes for
Oh,
you either.
damn it.
I got you Cybernoid.
Oh
my God!
I love
Because
Cybernoid.
You thought it was Starship Hector.
Hector.
But it really wasn't.
I also thought it was terrifying. So
Yes,
thank you. You
so-
shouldn't have done that.
So you
but
have
thank
that. And I also got you Legacy of the Wizard because
Oh,
that's where
sweet.
Tiny Michael came from.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
So now you can play
Tiny
your
Micro
own-
Par, which is a comic creative assassin Josh made.
That's
Well,
true.
he also
It's on our
started. Creative Assassin started the fan art
Fan
thread.
art thread.
That's a billion pages long or whatever.
Which I think my wife collaborated with you to make that T-shirt of Tiny
Maybe.
Michael.
Really?
That
Yeah.
might have happened.
Yeah.
That was kind
That's
of cool.
awesome.
And then Chris, obviously you have this, but Rescue Rangers.
I do.
Oh man.
But I don't have it here.
Well, now you have it here.
That's in so much better shape than mine, which I ordered from Fran Cooperstein in 1997.
And then this one,
Nobody
Tell me you got the sequel,
Cool
Chippendale
story,
2.
bro.
if I did, you wouldn't have it.
That's
I would
you
keep
need it?
for
That's
myself.
really fucking rare.
You
Yes.
need it?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Are you fucking kidding?
It's sitting in a box in someone else's house. Be it rare or not, it's more important you get to the full collection
That's
than
true.
me hold
No, we
on.
never
to
You
it.
hear
did
that,
talk-
Brett?
We never did talk about the full collection.
That's right.
Well, what do
Anyway.
I have that you need?
Rockin' Cats.
Rocket Cats.
You don't have Rockin' Cats?
No.
I'll get you Rockin' Cats.
Where do you go for all these flea markets?
Games for Less. I go to Games for Less in my hometown.
No, but like around here, you're always tweeting pictures of, hey, I found a bunch of
I
NES games.
go to thrift stores. They're all over thrift stores.
But where, man?
I
don't know the.
If you go to the Mission District, there's one every couple of feet.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Out of the Closet, which I was the mayor of.
They have games there.
Occasionally,
You're
very
the mayor
very
of
rare.
Out of the Closet?
It's called Out of the Closet. It's called Out of the Closet, and yes,
Chris
it is gay.
the mayor of being out
Did
of the
I ever tell you about the weirdest incident I had there? Like my roommate left and took all the plates, pots, and silverware, and I went in there and like, do you guys have any silverware? What do you mean silverware? Then spoons and shit. Like, did I stumble upon a code? Like, am I asking you for something secret? Is there something weird gay people do with spoons and you won't tell me? Why?
Oh yeah, we've got silver.
Spoons.
Someone has to vouch for you.
And it was the only time on Foursquare I wanted to say, you know, I'm the mayor of this place. Why are you treating me like this? Spoon me. Spoon me, gay man. What's the other game?
I got you one more game. This is actually the idea of my friend that I work with. My hand is like a shark fin. He said, is there any Domino's game or Pizza Hut game? And of course, there's Yo Noi! Because you smell like pizza! Which I can confirm now that I'm here.
Capcom games. They're not on the same engine, are they? This is the Mega Man something?
Yes.
5, I think.
Five?
It's Mega Man 5, I think.
This is Mega Man 5. No, it's Darkwing Duck.
Chippendale's
Darkwing
1990,
Duck.
I think.
Darkwing Duck is Mega
Darkwing
Man
Duck
5.
is one, yeah.
Okay.
But I also have the closing song. which I didn't even run this by you.
Yeah, no.
Up until now.
Do it, son.
I gave it to Brett a long time ago to give you back probably in the teens, and he probably either never gave it to you or he never played it, but it's going to get played now.
Let's do this.
It's
Chris keeps track of everything that happens.
That is awesome. It's allegedly by a band called Boxes, and it's called Katamari, and it's about Katamari.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love me some Katamari. Duke, tell us how to live.
Confucius say, die.
Katamari, what's your diameter?